Thank you very much indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong, and welcome to Pointless, the quiz where the lowest scorers are the biggest winners. Let's meet today's players. And couple number one.
I'm Polly, and this is Abby, and we're best friends from the University of Nottingham.
Couple number two.
Hello, my name's George, this is my mum Anne, and we're from Worcester.
Couple number three.
Hi, I'm John. This is my ever-loving wife, Sue, and we're from Surrey.
And finally, couple number four.
Hi, I'm Billy. This is my cousin Gary, and we're from the Wirral.
And these are today's contestants. Thank you very much, all of you. A very warm welcome to Pointless. Lovely to have you with us. We'll get a chance to chat, of course, as the show goes along. That just leaves one more person for me to introduce. When life gives him lemons, he splits them into teams of two and provides them with a quiz, and later we broadcast that on BBC One. It's my Pointless friend. It's Richard.
Hiya. Hey, everybody. Hey.
Hey.
How are you?
Hey, mustn't grumble.
Hey, excellent. Two returning pairs from last time on podium 3 and 4. Welcome back to new coming pairs on our first two podiums there. But what a show last time.
Wow.
Sometimes things just fall right. Ian and Julie, we had Glasgow versus Edinburgh on the last show, and Glasgow very much came out on top. Ian and Julie, and they came into the last round. They had to do words of 5 letters or more in various patriotic songs. And the first patriotic song they had on the board was O Flower of Scotland. Which Ian, I think, knew absolutely word for word. It gave us every single pointless answer there was on the board. Just went through one verse, which had all the pointless answers in there. Took home £4,250. So very nicely done. Sometimes it's your day, isn't it?
It is. It is. Today's my day, I feel.
Is it?
Yeah, yeah.
St. Alexander's Day.
Yeah, let's call it. Yeah, why not?
That's good. What special treat would you like?
Lemon drizzle cake.
Oh, yeah. That's the best.
Yeah.
I don't know where you're going to get that from.
I do not... Actually, I do know. But we'll chat about that.
Excellent,
Yeah. Now, listen, Ian and Julie, listen, you know all this. This is old news. They won the jackpot last time. That bit you knew. This bit, I'm just going to point out, our jackpot today starts off at £1,000. There we are. Right, if everyone's ready, let's play Pointless. Now, all you have to remember is this. The pair with the highest score at the end of each round gets eliminated, so just keep your scores as low as you dare. Best of luck to all 4 pairs. Our first category today is words. It's a words round. Can you all decide in your pairs? Who's going to go first? Who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, let's find out what the question is. Here it comes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many words ending in RCE as they could. Richard.
I just looked down at this while everyone was doing their introductions, and I was thinking, oh, my goodness, that's quite difficult. We're looking for any word which has its own entry in the British and World English section of OxfordDictionaries.com, please, that ends RCE. No proper nouns, no hyphenated words, please. So any word that ends RCE. I can't even work out what you might say. That's quite hard to spell.
OK. Well, I've got one. It's not... Nah. I'll keep thinking.
Yeah, keep thinking.
Polly, welcome. Lovely to have you with us, Polly. Tell us all about yourself.
Well, I do medicine at the University of Nottingham with Abby. I'm in 3rd year, so we're just finishing that off, and...
How long's the course?
5 years, so just got 2 more.
OK, in Nottingham. Nottingham's lovely.
Yeah, it's great. We love it.
Very good. And what sort of things do you get up to when you're not hard at work?
Well, we're at the hospital most of the time nowadays. But I like to go swimming. Like, I used to do that competitively, so I like to do that sometimes. I like to go out on walks, like to sort of read. You know, quite boring, really.
There we are. Nothing boring about any of those things. Polly, what are you going to go for? We're looking for words ending RCE.
I'm so bad at spelling, so I'm hoping I'm not making a complete idiot, but I'm going to go with coerce.
Oh, is that what you had for me?
Why, was that what you were going to have?
It's the sort of thing I might have had. It's the sort of thing I was hoping to land on sometime between now and the end of the round.
So it wasn't what you had?
No, it wasn't, but it looked like...
I knew it.
Yeah. Coerce, said Polly. OK, let's see how many of our 100 people said coerce. Oh. Nothing wrong with your spelling, Polly. Down it goes, still going down. 16. 16.
Good
Coerce.
start. Yeah, it's when you curse a cow.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Anne, welcome to Pointless. Tell us all about yourself.
Well, I come from Worcester. I'm a stay-at-home mum. But trouble is, the kids have gone to uni now, so I'm a retired stay-at-home mum.
What are you gonna do with all that staying at
Well,
home?
I do like to bake.
Tell me about it. This is what
bake.
lemon drizzle cake.
How do you mean?
Anne brought some lemon drizzle cake along.
How do you know about that and I don't?
What? Really? I
Have you
thought
had
you'd already. Yeah, I thought you'd already had your share.
I've had nothing.
Ah, all right. Okay.
Is it good? That's my favourite lemon drizzle cake.
I know.
Is it nice?
I know. Yeah.
Is there any left over?
Exemplary. Yeah, it was in the makeup room.
Good luck then.
Yeah. Anne, what are you going to go for? Any word that ends with the letters R-C-E.
Right, I'm hoping this is right. Farce.
Farce, says Anne. Farce. Let's see how many of our 100 people said farce. Down to 64 for farce.
It's a comic, dramatic work.
Thank you very much indeed. Sue. Sue, welcome back. Remind us all about yourself, Sue.
I'm a retired school secretary, worked in an international school.
International school. We talked about this last time. Where was this international school?
It's in Surrey.
Inside, how many pupils were at the international school?
Over 600.
Goodness me.
And there are 4 other schools attached to that worldwide.
Right. What's the lingua franca of the international school?
English.
But presumably you must have heard, it must have been a babel of languages.
Yeah,
there. That's exciting.
Yeah, 73 different nationalities.
Goodness
so
me.
if you have a Spanish class opposite where your office is, which I did, it improves your Spanish no end.
I was going to say, yes, you must, but by osmosis, you'd have picked up
Yeah.
a good deal of Spanish. Sue, what are you going to go for? Words ending RCE.
I'm going to go for resource.
Resource, says Sue. Let's see how many of our 100 people said resource. $16 for resource.
Yeah, stock or supply of money, material, staff, whatever, a resource.
Thank you. Gary, welcome back.
Thank you.
Welcome back. Now, Gary, head-to-head last time, by the way. Congratulations on that. Remind us all about yourself, Gary.
I sell medical equipment up and down the country, mainly to hospitals, the NHS.
Tell us something surprising about yourself, something...
I accidentally appeared in a movie 20 years ago.
This is what I was looking for. What movie did you appear in?
Kevin and Perry Go Large. Yeah.
And when you say accidentally, how did that happen?
Well, I was in Ibiza on holiday.
Yeah.
And we went to a club over there where they were filming, but we didn't realise they were filming. And when we got back, we heard they were filming, so we went to see it. And halfway through the scene, my big ugly face appeared on the screen.
Were you grinning broadly?
No, I shouted out in the middle of the cinema, "That's me!"
All right. Did you have no recollection of it?
I didn't know they filmed a close-up of me. I remember seeing the cameras around the club, but I didn't have any idea what was going on until we got home.
Well, that's fantastic. You didn't have to sign a release form or anything.
No, I've never got any royalties for it either.
Till now? Well, we can follow this up, Gary. What are you going to go for? Words ending RCE.
I'm going to go for workforce.
You're going to go for workforce. Yes. Yes, I think it deserved that. It was a very, very silent hum from our audience, of appreciation, I like to think. Workforce. Let's see how many of our 100 people said workforce. It's right. Well, 64 is our high score, 16 is our low. You pass the high, you pass the low. There we go. That's more like it, Gary. Very well done indeed. 1 for workforce.
That's a terrific answer, Gary. Very well played. Yeah, a workforce, like a workforce.
I see. Got
Yeah.
it. Thank you, Richard. We're halfway through the round. Let's have a look at those scores. 1, the best score of the pass. Very strong indeed on that far podium. Then we travel up to 16, where we find Sue and John, Polly and Abby. Then, whoa, it's up to 64, where we find Anne and George. George, we're going to need a low score from you, so good luck with that on the next pass. Let's come back down the line. Will the second players please step up to the podium? OK, Billy, remember we're looking for words ending RCE. Billy, remind us all about yourself.
So I'm a supported living manager on the Whittle. I'm also training to get my motorcycle licence at the moment.
How far through that are you?
I'm waiting for my test, but I've already bought a Harley Davidson, which
Putting the cart before the horse a bit there, Billy, aren't you?
Yeah, I got a good deal, so I thought, yeah, I've got to. But it's in the living room now, so...
Billy, what are you going to go for?
I'll go with commerce.
Commerce. Very good. Commerce. OK, here's your red line. If you can get below that red line with commerce, you are through to the next round. How many of our 100 people said commerce? Very well done. 11 for commerce takes your total up to 12.
Yeah, commerce, what you use sometimes instead of full stops.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. John, welcome back to Pointless. Lovely to have you with us again. Tell us about yourself again.
I'm a retired electronics engineer. Used to do support for various companies and thoroughly enjoy my retirement.
That's very lovely. What's been the highlight so far of your retirement?
Being able to spend more time with my wife.
Ah, the ongoing highlight of that. That's very lovely. John, how are you feeling about these words ending RCE? Have you got a good one there?
A little bit dubious.
Yeah.
I think I'd like to go for reinforce.
Reinforce, says John. OK, reinforce. Here is your red line. Can you get below that with reinforce? Let's find out. Very well done. 4 for reinforce, taking your total up to 20.
Some good answers coming through now, aren't they? Yeah, reinforce.
I've upgraded my answer.
Oh, have you? Because I had quite a prosaic one for you, so I might have to write a different one. I'll guess what your original answer was.
OK, yes, do that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's OK.
OK, now, how do you know the answer I've come up... What I think is the upgrade could still be quite prosaic.
Oh, yeah, it may well be, yeah.
Yeah, you know me. Right, George, welcome. Great to have you here. Tell us all about yourself, George.
So I'm a student doing economics at the University of Reading. In my spare time, I love watching the football. I'm a massive Aston Villa fan. Also, I've got very sort of into going to the gym, nutrition, sort of just generally being healthy and looking after myself, really.
Very good indeed. So what year are you in at Reading?
I'm in my second year, so I've only
year.
got one more year left.
Just one more. Are you going to miss Reading?
Yeah, I'll massively miss Reading, honestly, because I got in through clearing. So I didn't plan on going there, but honestly, changed my life. Great decision.
Good.
I really enjoyed it.
OK, now, George, you're the high scorers. You're the high scorers on 64. We need a low score from you.
Well, I mean, I know that I could just say this, but I was really going to say reinforce, because honestly, I heard workforce and I thought, oh, I could jump on this. But I'm going to have to go with my backup, and it's a little bit safe. I'm going to have to go for scarce instead.
Scarce, says George. OK, no red line, you're the high scorers. Let's see how many of our 100 people said scarce. It's right. $22 takes your total up to 86.
And scarce is what Cockneys call people from Liverpool.
Thank you very much, Richard. Abby, welcome to Pointless. Lovely to have you here. Tell us all about yourself, Abby.
So I'm quite similar to Polly. I'm also a medical student at the University of Nottingham, so my third year now.
What else do you get up to? What sort of things do you do to distract yourself when you leave the hospital?
I quite like doing sports. So at the moment, I'm training for a half Ironman.
So just remind us what an Ironman is. What's a
only
half
half.
Ironman? A half Ironman, still.
So it starts off with a 1.2-mile swim.
Right.
And then a 56-mile bike, and then a half marathon run at the end.
One after the other, with no pause?
No pause.
That's just the half Ironman.
Yeah, I know.
Let's have your word, Abby. Words ending RCE.
So I've got a few safe ones. I'm not sure.
Just remember, there's nothing safe about a safe answer. That's all I'm going to say.
I'm going to go for fierce, and I know it's quite safe, but I was thinking re-pierce, but I don't know if that's actually a word, so I'm just going to go for fierce.
So a piercing that's grown over
There's
and
been
you have it re-pierced.
But I think that's not worth the
I
risk.
can picture it. Anyway,
I think it might have a hyphen.
you're going to go there
So I'm going to go for fierce.
fierce. Here is your red line. Can you get below that with fierce? Let's find out. How many of our 100 people said it? It's right. You've done it. Oh, look, with room to spare. It's fine. Fierce, 17. Takes your total up to 33.
Well played. If you had said re-pierce, though, you just got 100 points. So you were very smart to go with the one you went with. Xander, what are you saying?
Perforce.
Oh, I didn't. But what was your original one?
Oh, outsource.
There you go. So I got your original
There
one.
you are. You got the original.
Perforce, thank you. Perforce scores 3 points. Good answer. Outsource scores 2 points.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There you are. I should have
So
stuck with my
you traded
first
down,
thing.
unfortunately. Let's take a look at the pointless answers now. Aforce, crowdsource is a
that's
pointless
good.
answer. That's come into the language more recently. Deforce, which is the police. Divorcee, which is different to divorce. Divorce itself would have scored 12 points. Divorcee. Downforce. Anyone who likes F1 or anything like that will know downforce. M-Pierce. M-Pierce, which is a guy called Michael Pierce. That's what he calls himself. Insource. Cestus, which is a Roman coin. And Superforce.
Nice. We're secretly in that, aren't we?
The Superforce?
Yes. Oh,
No.
nice.
Shall we take a look at the top three?
Yes.
I have bad news for Anne in this top three. Third is Source on 31. Force has 56. And I can't believe that's bigger than Force. You wouldn't have thought so, would you? Farce would have scored you 64. I would have thought Force would score more than Farce.
Surely.
What do I know?
There we go. Well, thank you very much indeed. We're at the end of our first round, which means we have to say goodbye to one of our pairs, and our high-scoring pair is George and Anne. I'm so sorry. And all those cakes as well. Oh, they
But it
were
means
good.
I might get one on the next show.
You might get one on the next show. Exactly. There we are. Brilliant. George and Anne, we'll see you next time. Look forward to that. But meantime, thank you very much, George and Anne. But for the remaining three pairs, it's now time for round two. Well done, everyone. You made it through the words round. And well done, Gary, our lowest individual scorer there. Gary and Billy, our lowest scoring team. Very strong on the far podium there. But well done, all of you. Lovely to have you with us. Our category for round two this afternoon is pop music. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second, and whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, and the question concerns UK hit singles by bands with four-letter names. Richard.
On each board, we're going to show you the names of 6 UK top 10 singles and the year that they first reached the top 10. You just have to tell us the name of the bands that released them, please. They all have 4 letters.
Thank you very much indeed. So we are looking for the bands that had hits with these singles, and here is our first board of 6. All Right Now, 1970. Swallowed, 1997. Fernando, 1976. Supermassive Black Hole, 2006. I Owe You Nothing, 1988. And Susan's House, 1997. I will read all of those singles again. All Right Now, Swallowed, Fernando, Supermassive Black Hole, I Owe You Nothing, Susan's House. There we are. Polly.
This isn't a good board for me. I literally have... I don't know any of them, I don't think. I don't think, anyway. No. I'm just going to have to guess.
They've all got 4 letters.
Yeah, that's what I'm going with. I'll go with Susan's House, Blur.
Susan's House, Blur. Well, let's find out if it's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Blur. No, I'm afraid not Blur. Sorry, that scores you 100 points.
Sorry, perfectly good guess. Right number of letters. Which
Good
is
year.
Good year, good number of letters. It all bodes well for your career as a doctor.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Sue.
A huge sigh of relief.
Oh, why is this not... OK.
And that's Fernando. And it's
And-
ABBA.
ABBA. OK. Let's see how many of our 100 people said ABBA. It's right. 78. Not bad.
Yeah, it's one of 3 #1 hits in 1976 alone for ABBA. 4 letters, 2 A's, 2 B's.
There we go.
Named after the band. There you go.
That's it. Thank you very much indeed. Now then, Billy, this board is all yours. Dazzle us. Fill in the blanks.
Just like the last game, I have not got a clue.
Really?
I'm going to just take a guess and steal their band, but go with Swallowed, Blair.
Swallowed. Blur.
Yeah.
OK, let's see. It's good to recycle. Let's see how many of our 100 people went for Blur. Let's see if it's right. Ooh, bad luck, Billy. Well, that's how. Look, you got company. You've got company on 100. I'm afraid an incorrect answer. That's what it's called.
And again, the right number of letters, a good year.
Good year.
You know how ABBA were named after the members of the band?
Yeah.
There's A, B, B, and A. We should do that with the band we're forming, and I think we should call ourselves Alexander Richard Sound Experiment. Don't you?
I think that's good, yeah.
I can't see any issue with that at all.
No, I would have thought that.
I think that'd be pretty good.
Yeah.
4 letters, which is nice.
It's nice, yeah.
You know, I'll work out what it stands for in a minute, but I think we're golden there.
Yeah.
Now, let's fill these in. All right now
is free.
Free, absolutely. 38 points for that. Swallowed, do you remember Swallowed?
Is Bush.
Bush, it is
Huge
indeed.
in America.
Yeah, massive in America. Let's big over here. 5 points for Bush. That was Gavin Rossdale, who was the judge on The Voice. Was Bush. Supermassive Black Hole. You know this one. From Devon, very loud.
Oh, Muse. Muse sang
yeah,
Supermassive Black
Muse.
Hole. Yes.
23 for that. I Owe You Nothing. Well, it's become so massively famous in the last year because of the documentary.
Yeah, Bros.
Bros was I Owe You Nothing. Would have scored 37. And this, I would say, is the hardest one on the board, but actually scores more than Swallowed.
Eels.
Eels. I never knew that was a top 10 single, I have to say. 6 points for Eels. Very well done if you said that. They're a great band if you don't know Eels, if you've never listened to them.
Thank you very much indeed. Richard, we are halfway through the round. Let's have a look at those scores. 78, the best score of the past, Sue, as it turns out. Billy and Gary and Polly and Abby absolutely tied on 100. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? OK, let's put 6 more top 10 singles up on the board, and here they all come. We have got Keep On Moving, 1999, Knock 3 Times, 1971, All Rise, 2001, Crazy Crazy Nights, 1987, Barbie Girl, 1997, and The Universal, 1995. I'll read those all again. Keep On Moving, Knock 3 Times, All Rise, Crazy Crazy Nights, Barbie Girl, The Universal. Gary.
I'm not much happier with this board than I was the last. I do know one of them, but I'm almost ashamed to admit that I know that All Rise is blue.
It's a very good song, All Rise, an excellent song. All Rise Blue, says Gary. There's no red line for you. You're tied high scorers. Let's see how many of our 100 people went with blue. It's right. Down it goes to 53. Not bad. 153, your total.
That was their first chart hit, All Rise. That's a good song.
It's a great song.
It is a great song.
Thank you very much, Richard. Now, John, you've got a target, 74 or less.
OK, well, actually, there's only one for my area. Knock 3 Times by Dawn.
Dawn. Knock 3 times. Let's see if that is right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Dawn. There's your red line. Is right. And you're through. Very well done indeed. Down it goes to 17. Very strong indeed, John. That takes your total up to 95.
Well done. 2 #1 hits for Dawn. That and Tie a Yellow Ribbon Around the Old Oak Tree was also Dawn. Tony Orlando sang both of them.
Twice on the pipe, if the answer is no.
Yeah, you might have to explain to people that that's one of the lyrics.
Yeah, sorry, it's one of the lyrics from the song. I'm so sorry, yeah. Just throwing it out there.
It's about phone calls. It's about the house they were living in.
Yeah.
There was only one call, and you would knock 3 times if it was someone else.
Fair enough.
There you go.
Fair enough. Thank you very much indeed.
That's okay.
Okay, there we are. Now, Abby, yes. You have a target, which is 52.
Yeah.
52 or less. Talk us through the board.
Well, I was 4 when all I...
Now, let's just... I can see where you're going. This is a... This
no,
is
we
a
don't have that, because they still exist, and that song still exists, and, you know, that's...
Yeah, this sounds like a before my time, before
It's a
Wicket,
cop-out.
Yeah, exactly.
if you see what I'm saying.
Yeah.
A build-up towards
Yeah,
a
yeah.
before my time. Abby, we'll have no more of that.
I have no idea if any of them... I'm going to jump on the bandwagon and go, because it's in the 90s, that I'm going to go for Blur for the Universal.
Why not? Let's keep using Blur. Who knows?
Third time lucky.
Third time lucky. Is that a total guess?
Yeah. It's 90s.
The Universal. Blur. There's your red line. It is Blur. There we are. Very well done. I mean, what a piece of luck that is. 16 takes your total up to 116. Very well done indeed. Yeah. Well, that fell nicely, didn't it?
Sooner or later, it was going to happen, wasn't it?
Yeah.
As soon as you said, well, it's in the 90s, I thought you were going to say that Blur did Barbie Girl, but the Universal, very, very well played. That's gutting on podium 3, isn't it? Oh, blimey. What a way to lose. Let's fill in the rest of these. Do you remember Keep On Moving? I was thinking of about 4 different songs called Keep On Moving, and this is the one by 5. Would have scored you 18 points. Crazy, Crazy Nights.
It's Kiss.
Kiss,
Crazy,
absolutely right. Would have scored 21 on Barbie Girl.
Aqua.
Yeah, Aqua would have scored you 51 points.
There we go. Thank you very much indeed, Richard. So at the end of our second round, we have to say goodbye to one of our pairs. I can't bear it. Gary and Billy, you were our head-to-headers last time.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a shame. That's a real sadness. I hoped you'd make it through to the head-to-head again, but this is where we say goodbye. Thank you so much for playing, Gary and Billy.
Thank you.
But for the remaining 2 pairs, it's now time for the head-to-head. Huge congratulations, Sue and John, Polly and Abby. You are now one step closer to the final and a chance to play for our jackpot, which currently stands at £1,000. But here we are, playing as pairs. First pair to win 2 questions will be playing for that jackpot. Well, this has been an exciting show.
Hasn't it? That was,
Yeah.
I'm going to say that was a fun last round. You had to feel for Gary and Billy a little bit, didn't you?
did.
But it was good telly.
It was good telly.
Yeah, so thank you.
I mean, just perfect, poetic end to the round as well.
It was lovely, and I'm so pleased Sue and John are through, because they weren't through last time, so it's nice. I'm very pleased.
Because it's their last time on the
Exactly.
show as well. I think, yeah. But, you know, and Abby and Polly as well.
Oh,
I'm
delightful. And
delighted
listen,
that
the way they got
they're
into the
there.
round as well was exemplary.
That is exemplary. Yeah, very good. Best of luck to both pairs. Let's play the head-to-head. Here is your first question, and it concerns colourful people. Richard.
Yep, we're going to show you 5 pictures now of people who have colours in their name, but who are these people, please?
Thank you very much indeed. Let's reveal our 5 colourful people, and here they come. We have got A. B. C. D. And E. There we are. 5 people with colours in their names. Sue and John, you're our low scorers, so you get to go first.
We're going to go for E, Rabbi Lionel Blue.
Rabbi Lionel Blue, say Sue and John. Now then, Polly and Abby, do you feel like talking us through that board?
We think D is pink and C is some chef.
I think white is ringing a bell, but I can't remember if I'm just making that up. I think
So who have
we're just
D?
going to have to go with D.
You're going to go with D?
Yeah.
Pink.
Yeah.
Pink.
Yeah.
OK, so we have Lionel Blue and we have pink. Sue and John have gone for Lionel Blue. Let's see if that's right for E. Let's see how many people said it. It's right. Down to 5. Excellent score there, Sue and John. Polly and Abby, meanwhile, have gone for pink for D. Let's see how many of our 100 people said pink. It's right. 69 for pink. Very well done, Sue and John. After one question, you're up 1-0.
Yeah, it's a good answer there. Before we fill in the board, have you seen the clever thing our question writers have done here? You spotted something? What's pink wearing?
Ah, is it to do with snooker?
No.
All right.
What colour is pink wearing?
Ah, they're all
And what colour is Rabbi Lionel Blue wearing?
He's wearing blue.
So A is
James Brown.
James Brown wearing brown.
That's amazing.
We'll leave B for a second. 54 points for James Brown. C, you're quite right, was White, Marco Pierre White.
There
He would have scored you 45, and the best answer on the board
is Colin Salmon.
Colin Salmon.
He's only wearing...
It's good, isn't it?
That's clever.
1 point for Colin Salmon. Well done if you said that.
Hats
That's good, isn't
off
it?
to them. Superb.
And hats off at home if you spotted that as well.
Oh, yes, salmon's... That's not a ball in snooker.
Exactly. There's no salmon ball in
There's no
snooker.
salmon. Anyway,
Yeah,
there we
the
go.
rest are, aren't they?
Yeah. Anyway, there we are. Thank you very much indeed. Here comes your second question. Polly and Abby, you have to win this one to stay in the game, so very, very best of luck with that. Our second question today is all about areas of the Atlantic Ocean. Richard.
Yeah, we're going to show you the English names now of 5 sea areas that are part of the Atlantic Ocean, but we've missed out alternate letters. Can you fill in those gaps, please?
Thank you very much indeed. Let's reveal our 5 areas of the Atlantic, and here they come. We have got C-E-A-E-K-B-Y, B-Y-O-B-S-A, B-G-T-O-B-N-N, C-L-I-S-A, and R-V-R-P-A-E. I'll read those all again. C-E-A-E-K-B-Y, B-Y-O-B-S-A, B-G-T-O-B-N-N, C-L-I-S-A, and R-V-R-P-A-E. There we go. So, Polly and Abby, you will go first.
I think we're going to go for the second one, so Bay of Biscay.
OK, Bay of Biscay, say Polly and Abby. Sue and John, do you fancy talking us through that board?
Well, I know most of them, but I think the first one's Chesapeake Bay. Bight of Benin, the third one. Not sure the next one, River Plate is the bottom one. Can I go for Bight of Benin?
Bight of Benin. I'd like a bite of Benin.
Lovely.
Go very well with that drizzle cake. Thank you very much. So, we have Bay of Biscay and we have Bight of Benin. Polly and Abby went for Bay of Biscay. Let's see how many of our 100 people said that. It's right. Down it goes to 26. Not bad. Not bad. Sue and John, meanwhile, have gone for Bight of Benin. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said it. It's right. And it wins the point. And that means, very well done, down it goes to 3. That means, Sue and John, after only 2 questions, you're straight through to the final, 2-0. Very well done.
That was very nicely played. Had you heard of the Bight of Benin, or did you just fit in those 2 words?
Have I heard of it? Yes, absolutely.
There
There's
you go.
a saying, a few come out where many go into the Bight of Benin.
Oh, I didn't know that. There you go. Well done if you said Bight of Benin at home. The top one is Chesapeake Bay. You're quite right about that. Would have scored you 18 points. Quite right about River Plate as well. Would have scored you 25 on the Atlantic coast of South America. Now, this one I could not get at all. It's something C.
Definitely.
Something C. No one here can get it, right? You're all going to be so annoyed when I tell you.
Oh, Celtic.
Yeah, Celtic Sea.
Celtic Sea.
Celtic Sea. and it would have scored 4 points. Still wouldn't have beaten Bite of Benin. It's the best answer up there. But amazing how you couldn't even spot
simply couldn't see it. Thank you very much, Richard, and thank you, Polly and Abby. I'm afraid you are the pair leaving us at the end of the head-to-head. It's good news, really, because it means you get to come back next time. Otherwise, we would all have been over in just one show, and we'll look forward to that very much. Thank you very much for playing, Polly and Abby. But for Sue and John, it is now time for our Pointless Final. Congratulations, Sue and John. You have fought off all the competition and you have won our coveted Pointless trophy. You now have a chance to win our Pointless jackpot. And at the end of today's show, the jackpot is standing, there it is, at £1,000. But very, very well done. You played that incredibly well today. 2-0 in the head-to-head, and really nice, clever low scores on both of those answers. So very, very well done. What would you like to see come up in this last round?
Science, maybe.
History, maybe?
Geography. Not films.
Not films. OK, well, you get to choose to an extent, obviously. I think you said on the last show that you've been together for 50 years. Is that right?
We have indeed.
There we are. Well, wouldn't that be that would be a nice golden wedding present from Pointless.
Thank you.
I say present, you'd have to earn it, obviously. But it'd be so nice if something comes up on this board that you like the look of. There'll be 4 of them, as always. Today's selection looks like this. A Star is Born casts, Mary Queen of Scots, Sporting Tigers, Berlin. What do you think? What's leaping out from there?
Berlin.
Berlin? Do you know Berlin?
Not very well, no.
But you've been?
We've been to Berlin, yes.
OK. Berlin it is.
That's the least convincing yes, that's right I've ever heard. Looking for any of the following 3 things, please. We're looking for any of the 12 boroughs of Berlin, according to the Visit Berlin website. We are looking for any cast member of the 1972 film Cabaret, set largely in Berlin, according to IMDb, please. Or we are looking for any word of 6 letters or more in the Berlin hit Take My Breath Away. So 12 boroughs of Berlin, cast of Cabaret, words of 6 letters or more in Take My Breath Away. Very best of luck.
Thank you very much indeed. Now, as always, you've got up to 1 minute to come up with 3 answers. All you need to win that jackpot is for just one of your answers to be pointless. Are you ready? OK, let's put 60 seconds up on the clock. There they are. Your time starts now.
Cast of the film Cabaret, Joel Grey, but Lisa Minnelli would be too high. Oh, Christopher Isherwood.
No, he wrote it.
Yeah, no, Michael York. That would be all right. Michael York. 12 Boroughs of Berlin.
No, Alexander Platz is a place.
Is it?
The Kurfürst and but these are streets rather
No,
than
no.
You can speak up, John.
John, speak up.
Oh, sorry.
It's ticking down.
Yeah,
So
6
Michael
letters or
York.
more in Berlin. Take my breath away. Can you think of the lyrics of it?
No. So,
I think we're going to have to go for the cabaret.
10 seconds left.
One of the boroughs
OK,
of Berlin.
try.
Alexander. Yeah, OK, Alexander Platz.
OK, that is your minute up. Let's have your 3 answers. And if you could say which categories you're answering, that'd be great.
Boroughs of Berlin, Alexandra Platz.
Alexander Platz,
Cast of Cabaret, Joel Grey
Joel Grey,
and Michael York.
Michael York. Of those 3, which is your best shot at a pointless answer, do you think?
Michael York.
OK, Michael York will put 3rd. Least likely to be pointless?
Alexandra Platz.
Alexander Platz. And then Joel Grey goes in the middle. OK, let's put those answers up on the board in that order then, and here they are. We have got Alexander Platz, we've got Joel Grey, and we've got Michael York. Well, very, very best of luck. 3 answers on the board there. Wouldn't it be lovely if one of these turned out to be pointless and won that jackpot for you? £1,000, nice prize to be taking home. What would you do with it? Sue?
Well, I've always wanted a goat.
I thought you were saying I always wanted to go to China.
No.
But no, I've always wanted a goat.
It's
Goat.
not practical, but
Yes, it is.
I really would like a goat.
You can get milk, make cheese.
Exactly. I don't like goat's cheese, but I still want.
You could get
goat's
milk,
cheese.
make cheese, exactly. Give it to John.
Yeah.
It'd be fine. John, what would you like to do?
Well, while Sue's feeding the goat, I'll get a season ticket to Charlton Athletic.
OK, very good indeed. Best of luck. As I say, your first answer was Alexanderplatz. In this case, we were looking for one of the 12 boroughs of Berlin. Let's find out if it's right. Let's find out if it's pointless. For £1,000, how many people said Alexanderplatz? No bad luck. OK, let's move swiftly on to your next answer, which was Joel Grey. In this case, we were looking for the cast of the 1972 film Cabaret. If Joel Grey's pointless, £1,000 is yours. How many people said Joel Grey? It's right. Alexanderplatz was not right. Joel Grey is right. Down we go. Through the 20s with Joel Grey. Through the teens. Into single figures. Still going down with Joel Grey. Still going down to 4. Not bad. Not bad. Sadly not pointless. So we move on to your third and final answer, which was Michael York. And again, we're looking for cast members from Cabaret. If Michael York is pointless, £1,000 is yours. How many of our 100 people said Michael York? Again, it's right. Alexanderplatz, your first answer was incorrect. Joel Grey, your second answer, took us all the way down to 4. Michael York takes us down through the teens. We're into single figures, still going down. Oh, it's a 7. It's a 7, sir. Listen, 2 great answers there. 2 great answers. Sadly, neither of them pointless, though, so you don't win today's jackpot. But you do get to take home a pointless trophy each in recognition of how well you performed on the show. So very well done for that, Richard.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Congratulations on getting all the way through to the final as well. Alexanderplatz is a square in Berlin, but not a borough. Yeah, it's in Mitte, which would have scored you some points. Shall we take a look at the pointless answers in the different categories and hope we don't recognise any of them? We'll start with those boroughs of Berlin. These were all pointless. You could have had Marzahn-Hellersdorf. You could have had Reinickendorf, Tempelhof-Schönberg, or Treptow-Köpenick. Also, you could have had Steglitz-Zehlendorf. Those are the 5 pointless answers there. Well done if you said one of those. The cast of Cabaret. There's a few names up there. Essentially everybody apart from Michael York, Joel Grey and Liza Minnelli. Everyone else is a pointless answer in that movie, so well done if you said any of those at home. And Berlin's Take My Breath Away, lots of pointless answers here. Anticipating, Endless Flames, Unafraid, Become, Called, Crashed Finally, Haunted, Hesitating Hourglass, Inside a Lover's Mirror, Secret Slipped Somewhere, There's Through Turned. That's a song in itself, isn't it?
Isn't it, though?
Isn't it, though?
Very moving. Very well done, Sue and John. Lovely to have you on the show today. I'm sorry you didn't win the jackpot. That will therefore roll over onto the next show when we will be playing for £2,000. There it is. Join us then, see if someone can win it. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
Dad, it's goodbye from me. Goodbye. Thank you very much indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong, and a very warm welcome to Pointless, the show where obvious answers mean nothing and obscure answers mean everything. Let's meet today's players. And couple number 1.
Hi, my name's Katie. This is my husband, Joe, and we're from Stockton-on-Tees.
Couple number 2.
Hi, I'm Matthew, and this is my friend Lee, and we're from West Yorkshire.
Couple number 3.
Hi, I'm Polly. This is Abby, and we're friends from the University of Nottingham.
And finally, couple number 4.
Hello, I'm Anne. This is my son George, and we're from Worcester.
And these are today's contestants. Thank you very much, all of you. Very warm welcome. Wonderful to have you here on Pointless. That just leaves one more person for me to introduce. To get over his fear of public speaking, he likes to imagine himself naked. It's my Pointless friend, it's Richard.
Hiya. Hey, everybody. Good afternoon. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
Do you think there are any towns in Britain that we haven't had a pointless team from?
Oh, that's a good question.
I'd love it if someone put together a map of people who've been on points. I bet there must be somewhere.
There must be somewhere.
But we've had so many thousands of people.
Tamworth? It's been a while.
Tamworth?
We must
Maybe.
have had Tamworth.
You would have thought so, wouldn't you?
Runcorn.
Runcorn, Kettering.
Morpeth. Yeah. Peter Lee.
Peter Lee.
He's been on a couple of times.
Yeah, he's been on. Elgin. Have we had anyone from Elgin?
No, no one from Elgin.
We must have. I bet we have.
It's time we have.
There'll be someone from Elgin at home who's been on saying, Do you not remember me? Now, listen, we've got 2 returning pairs from last show. Anne and George got knocked out in round 1. Hopefully see a little bit more of them this time. Polly and Abby got all the way through. By the way, Polly and Abby, both things that used to be in Westminster.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Back in the old days.
Back in the old days.
Yeah. They got through to the head-to-head last time. They don't know what a Polly is.
No,
They're
no, they
so
won't.
young.
Yeah.
But welcome to our 2 new pairs as well. Should be fun, shouldn't it?
It's very clever. Thank you very much indeed. Now, Sue and John didn't win the jackpot last time, so we're adding another £1,000 to that. So today's jackpot starts off at, I believe, £2,000. There it is. Right, if everyone's ready, let's play Pointless. The only thing you have to remember, of course, is this. It's the pair with the highest score at the end of each round that gets eliminated, but just keep your scores low. Everything will be great. Best of luck to all 4 pairs. Our first category this afternoon is international football. Can you all decide in your pairs? Who's going to go first? Who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, let's find out what the question is. Here it comes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many teams that won a match at the 2018 FIFA Men's World Cup as they could. Richard?
Yeah, just any national team that won a match in June or July 2018 at the FIFA Men's World Cup. Very best of luck.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Joe, welcome to Pointless. Tell us all about yourself.
Yeah, I'm from Stockton-on-Tees. I work for a family transport firm that's been going for around just short of 80 years.
80 years? Sure. 80 years. So what department are you in?
I work as a... there's about 5 or 6 of us who work part of a transport team who organise where all our lorries deliver to and where they pick up from. We distribute everything from insulation to sweets and chocolate.
I mean, that's very exciting. Not just the sweets and chocolate, but just the moving of haulage. It's just thrilling. How big's your fleet?
We have somewhere in the region of about 75 to 80 trucks.
And are they all massive? Or do you have them in varying different sizes?
The drivers are the trucks.
I was thinking... Yeah.
A bit of both.
Both. OK. Joe, who are you thinking of? Which team are you thinking of?
Right, OK. Yeah, I haven't had a chance to think of it.
No, I can chat with Rich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking Devises.
Oh, yes.
Lampeter.
Lampeter.
My mum's from Lampeter.
No way.
Lee,
great.
Lampeter gets half a point. That's good.
Yeah, there we go.
That's nice.
We must have had people from Lampeter on before.
Joe.
I'm so sorry, Kate. Yeah, I'll have to go with Sweden.
You're going to go with Sweden. OK, let's see how many of our 100 people said Sweden. It's right. And down that goes to 10. Good start to the show. Well done, Joe. 10 for Sweden.
Yeah, I think it's a perfectly solid answer on that first podium. They won 3 games, knocked out in the quarter-finals, Sweden.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Lee, welcome.
Hello.
Welcome. Tell us all about yourself, Lee.
I'm a company director of an IT company in Biggleswade in Bedfordshire.
Biggleswade, that's nice.
There you go.
Yes,
that's
good.
one you can put on your list.
Yes. What do you like getting up to in your spare time, Lee?
I like to do a bit of computer gaming, but the risks aren't what they used to be, so I can't kind of play as much as I used to.
OK, I don't know where to go with that. I'm just... Lee, what are you going to go for?
Football is like the worst subject for me. Rugby was more my thing, so I'm going to go Iceland.
Iceland, says Lee. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Iceland. Oh. I'm sorry, Lee. I'm afraid that's an incorrect answer. It may not be the last. It scores you 100 points.
Yeah, sorry, Lee. They were at the World Cup, didn't win a game, though. Famously, they won games in the European Championships, but not in the World, I'm afraid. But good news is your name is a town, and so that's helpful today.
Yeah, on sea, of course. Nice.
Well, there's 2. There's Lee, Greater Manchester, isn't there? There's Lee on Sea.
Yeah,
yeah.
there we go.
Lee on Solent as well, I think.
Lee, oh, they're everywhere.
A lot of Lees.
A lot of Lees. Thank you very much, Richard. Now, Polly, welcome back. Remind us all about yourself, Polly.
I'm a third-year medical student at the University of Nottingham, so got 2 years left of that.
Mm-hmm. Have you decided which bit of medicine you're going to go into?
No idea. I think I've pretty much... I've ruled out surgery, I think. It's not really my scene.
Tropical medicine. That'd be fun.
Ooh, no, a bit too scary for me.
OK. What do you like so far? What's the bit that seems to appeal?
A&E. That's quite fun, I think.
OK, keep you on your toes.
But I don't know. Might be a bit, that also might be too scary. Who knows? Who knows where I'll end up?
What are the least scary bits of medicine?
GP.
GP, yeah.
Have you had to give anyone an injection yet?
Not injection. I've taken blood and done cannulas.
Cannula. Even the word cannula brings me out of hives. Polly, football, what would you like to go for?
This is a really bad round, but I think I'm going to go with Uruguay.
Uruguay with
I
a
think.
question mark after
Yes.
it. Uruguay. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Uruguay. Uruguay is right. 100 is our high score, 10 is our low. Uruguay gets you 5. Very well done.
Another team that had a good World Cup won 4 games, the Chiruas, they call them.
What's a Chirua?
The Chirua, it's an indigenous warrior tribe of Uruguay. So that's what they call their team.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now, George, welcome back. That was round 1. We said goodbye to you last time. Remind us all about yourself, George.
I'm a student at the University of Reading studying economics.
That is right. Tell us something dazzling and surprising about yourself, George.
Well, I love cricket. I also really love football as well. I'm a massive Aston Villa fan. Also into going to the gym, like looking after myself. Yeah, just a big sports fan in general, really.
OK,
sports fan in general.
Good. George, then this should play right into your
I'm going to take a bit of a risk.
Good.
But I'm pretty sure they won a game. I'm going to go to South Korea.
South Korea, says George. Let's see how many of our 100 people went for South Korea. It's right. Well, 100's our high score. We passed that. 5 currently our low score. Down to 3. Very nice indeed.
Well played, George. You're quite right. They won 1 game, South Korea, so very nicely played.
Thank you very much. We're halfway through the round. Let's have a quick look at those scores. 3, the best score of the past. Well done, George. Then we travel up to 5, where we find Polly and Abby. Then up to 10, where we find Joe and Katie. Then quite a long way up to 100, where we find Lee and Matthew. Anyway, we're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? There we are. Anne, welcome back.
Hello.
And you may remember last time Anne brought some lemon drizzle cake in.
Well, I remember it being mentioned. That is definitely true. And I remember you had some, and I remember I didn't have some. And we discussed that it had been left in makeup, and so after the show I was looking forward to some. Guess how much there was left, Anne?
How much?
Nothing at all. Nothing at all.
Someone has sent in some chutneys. Some chutneys, a set of chutneys.
Really?
I'm going to let you have... You can have my piccalilli.
Oh, well, I love chutney.
Yeah.
So that's great. Who's given us chutneys?
I don't know. Some kind person. I think from Wales.
No.
Yeah.
I didn't know you got chutneys from Wales.
We do now.
What is that, from the blubber?
Anne, I'm so sorry. We interrupted you. Tell us about yourself. Remind us all about yourself, Anne.
Right, well, I'm sort of a retired full-time mum because my children have now gone to university. So I've got lots of time on my hands, which is lovely.
For making cakes.
Making cakes and accidentally joined my local operatic and dramatic society last year.
So backed into it by
accidentally,
mistake. Yes.
sort of.
How's that going?
Yeah, it went great. I've never done anything like it before, but at Easter we did a run of Oklahoma, so we did a week.
Brilliant.
Oklahoma, and now I'm doing Singing in the Rain.
Well, that's very exciting indeed. Now, Anne, you are on the 3. If you can score 96 or less,
I'll try.
You're straight into the next round.
I'm going to play safe because George has done so well, and I'm going to go France.
France, says Anne. OK, here's your red line. If you can get below this red line with France, you're through to the next round. Yep, you've done it. Well done. 59 takes your total up to 62.
Yes, spoiler alert, France won the whole tournament. In case you're still waiting to catch up on the box set.
Thank you very much, Richard. Abby, welcome back to Pointless. Remind us all about yourself, Abby.
So I'm quite similar to Polly. I'm also a medical student from Nottingham.
So much to explore there. What are you going to go into in terms of medicine? What beckons?
I'm not really sure
Still
at the
not
moment.
sure.
I think something sort of like expedition medicine where you can like do it other places is quite cool.
One thing I should tell you about Abby, we discovered that Abby is training to do a half Ironman, which involves swimming for about 50 miles and then running about 109, I think, and then you've got a bike What is it?
Yeah,
About
Bike to Scotland.
For a week, that's it. It's something mad like that. What was it that drew you to this?
So my oldest brother is kind of into that sort of thing.
Right.
And he was signing up for it, so I thought, oh, I'll just join him.
When you're doing something like that, is there any stage of it that's fun?
I mean, I haven't done it yet. I'm anticipating sort of the finish line bit.
If you're alive. Abby, you're on 5. An amazing performance from Polly in the first pass there. 94 or less gets you into the next round.
I think either we played Croatia at some point or France played Croatia at some point. And no, it must have been, yeah, so we played Croatia and they beat us. So I'm going to go for Croatia.
Croatia, says Abby. OK, here's your red line. Can you get below this red line with Croatia? Let's find out. It's right. Oh, look at that, Abby. That's amazing. 22. Taking the total up to 27.
Well done, Abby, and quite right, France beat them in the final. Luka Modric was awarded Best Player of the tournament. It's Croatian.
Thank you very much. Matthew, welcome to Pointless. Tell us all about yourself.
I'm a water leakage engineer and I live in Lancaster.
Sorry, can I just pause?
That's a nice way of putting it.
That's fun.
It is.
That's fun. So how do you find the water leakage?
A leaking pipe under pressure makes lots of noise, just like water coming out of a tap.
OK, and these are leakages above ground or below underground?
So we find them before they actually come to the surface.
Is it like in a sort of Bond film where you've got a sort of map with lights going... like we're going to have on our map of the UK?
Yeah. Yes, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Tamworth.
Morpeth. Yeah.
Kind of.
Matthew, you're on 100. You're currently still the high scorers. The world in which you could survive would depend on you scoring less than 10.
Yeah. I was really getting into the World Cup, and I can name a lot of teams, but I'm not sure which ones won. So I'm going to take a punt. Costa Rica.
Costa Rica, says Matthew. OK.
It was fun.
No red line for you, Matthew. You're the highest scorers. Let's see if Costa Rica is a correct answer. Let's see how many of our 100 people said it if it is. Oh, bad luck, Matthew, but you did exactly the right thing. That was the right spirit. Totally wrong, but the right spirit. Scores you 100 points, takes your total up to 200.
It was the right thing to do. They were there. They drew one and lost to Costa Rica. Costa Rica, more like.
Yeah. Thanks very much, Richard. Katie, welcome.
Hello.
Great to have you here. Tell us all about yourself, Katie.
I work part-time for a local charity and I'm also a mum to our 17-month-old son. The other half of the time.
The other half of the time. And what do you like to get up to? What are the things that thrill you?
Well, at the moment, it's just preoccupied with mum stuff, so soft play, parks.
Yeah, it's quite fun. Still
food
enjoying
shopping.
that, though? Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild.
Good. Yeah, well... Here's good news for you. It doesn't matter what you score.
I know.
You're still in the next round, so this is good.
That's a relief.
What would you like to go for?
I'm not a football person at all. This is Joe's forte. So I'm going to go safe. Well, I say safe and say Portugal.
Portugal, says Katie. No red line, you're already through. How many people said Portugal? It's right. Down it goes to 16, taking your total up to 26. Very well done on that first podium.
Yeah, well played, everyone there. There's only 2 wrong answers, and they were both teams that were at the World Cup but didn't win any games. There's only 6 teams in all that were at that World Cup didn't win any games. We've had Costa Rica and Iceland, also Australia, Egypt, Morocco and Panama didn't win any games. I'll give you some low scorers. There are 4 pointless answers. We will get to those. You'd have got 4 points for Switzerland, 3 for Denmark, Nigeria and South Korea we've had, 1 point for Peru, Senegal or Serbia. And here are the 4 pointless answers. Very well done if you said one of these. Would have added £250 to the jackpot. Iran was a pointless answer. Poland, Saudi Arabia, and Tunisia. The top 3 answers, the ones that most of our 100 people said. Germany, 49. We've seen this one. France with 59. And unsurprisingly, England up the top there on 71.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Well, we are at the end of our first round. We have to say goodbye to one of our pairs, and I'm afraid our high-scoring pair, latest members of the 200 Club, Matthew and Lee. It is you. It's been great having you here. Far too brief. We'll see you again next time when I'm sure we'll go much further. But meantime, thanks so much, Matthew and Lee. But for the remaining 3 pairs, it's now time for round 2. Look at that, suddenly down to 3 pairs. Here we are in the teeth of pointless. George, very well done indeed. Lowest individual scorer in that last round, South Korea. Cracking answer. Katie and Joe, well done. Our lowest combined scorers as well. Very good. And Polly and Abby, still going on. That's brilliant. Well done. Best of luck to all 3 pairs. Our category for round 2 today is American politics. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, and our question concerns spouses of US presidents. Richard.
Yeah, I'm going to show you the names now, the given names, or the names by which they're most commonly known, of 6 spouses of US presidents on each board. You just need to tell us the surname of the president they were married to, please. 12 in all to have a go at home.
Thank you very much indeed. So we are looking for the surname of the US president to whom these first ladies were married. And we have got Lady Bird, Rosalind, Melania, Dolly, Jacqueline, and Michelle. I'll give you those again. Lady Bird, Rosalind, Melania, Dolly, Jacqueline, Michelle. Katie.
Hello. It's not my strong point again. I'm just going to have to take a punt on Jacqueline and say Kennedy.
OK, Kennedy for Jacqueline. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Kennedy. $52.
Yep, Jacqueline Kennedy, Jacqueline Bouvier, Jacqueline Onassis spoke 4 languages.
I bet she did.
Fluently.
Yeah.
Polyglot.
Yeah, yes. Amazing. Bouvier, also Marge Simpson's maiden name.
Correct.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Good gag.
Yeah.
Good gag. There we are. That's pretty much all I've got on that.
Yeah, same.
Yes. Abby.
That was my one. I'm gonna just kick myself. My mum's American as well. And there's obviously the 2 obvious ones. I'll go for Melania and say Donald Trump.
OK, Melania Trump, says Abby. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Trump. Is right. 73, Abby.
Yeah, I think there's 3 easier ones and 3 harder ones on this board, so it's, I think we may be sharing out the easier ones.
Yeah. Thank you very much indeed. Now then, Anne.
Hi.
This board's all yours.
Great.
Now, here's fun. You can fill in all our blanks for us.
I'd love to. I know one, definitely. I'm not sure about another one. I think I'm just going to go for the obvious one, fingers crossed, and say Michelle Obama.
Michelle Obama, says Anne. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Obama. It's right. 77. There we are.
There was an inevitability about those 3 answers being the ones that came up. Yeah, Michelle Obama, of course, a class act, a wonderful book, sold around the world. Now, the other 3 are the better answers. A few people might know the top 2. Dolly is very hard, but we'll get to that. Lady Bird
Johnson.
Lady Bird Johnson, yeah. Would have scored you 6 points. Do you know Rosalind?
Carter.
Carter, Jimmy Carter's wife. Would have scored you 1, and Dolly is a pointless answer. Very well done. She was married to James Madison. So Dolly Madison.
Thank you very much indeed. Oh, we're halfway through the round. Well, 52, Katie, once again, on that near podium, smashing it. Look at that, lowest score of the pass. Then up to 73, Abby and Polly, just getting in there under the high score, which is Anne's of 77. So, George, let's hope you find a nice answer on the next board that can keep you in the game. Good luck with that. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? OK, 6 more First Ladies coming up on the board, and here they come. Nancy, Florence, Mamie, Hillary, Helen, Barbara. I'll read them again. Nancy, Florence, Mamie, Hillary, Helen, Barbara. There we are. George.
Right.
George, you're the high scorers.
Right, I would love to go for an obvious one, but to me, there isn't an obvious one on that board. Because Nancy is quite an old name, I'm going to say Nancy Roosevelt.
I suddenly feel ancient. OK, no red line for you. You are the high scorers. Let's see if Nancy Roosevelt is right. No. I'm afraid not Nancy Roosevelt. Scores you 100 points, takes your total up to an unbeatable 177.
No, I like it. I'll give all the correct answers at the end of the pass.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now then, Polly, you are going to be in the head-to-head for the second time running.
Thank goodness. I was really worried there. I think I know one. I think it's quite obvious. I think, is it Hillary Clinton?
Hillary Clinton says, Polly, let's see how many of our 100 people said that. No red line for you.
Never mind.
You're right, George.
Never mind, no.
Hillary Clinton. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Hillary Clinton. Yeah, 90 for Hillary Clinton takes your total up to 163.
Just such a lovely soap opera tableau on podium 3 there of mother and son, just digesting the Hillary Clinton answer. Yeah, married to Bill Clinton.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now, Joe. And again, you're through. Doesn't matter what you score here. But it'd be quite fun if you got a good answer. Do you want to talk us through the board?
Yeah, I think I'll probably just guess a few, really. I think Nancy's Nancy Reagan. Florence, possibly Florence Lincoln. The rest, I don't know, Helen Garfield. And one last one I'm going to have a complete guess at, Barbara. I really want to say Streisand, but I can't. Yeah, Barbara Roosevelt. I'll go with Nancy Reagan.
Nancy Reagan, OK. No red line for you because you're already through. How many people went for Reagan for Nancy? $62, taking your total up to 114.
Yeah, Nancy Reagan is right. There's 2 pointless answers on this board, which is pretty tough work out of 6. Now, Barbara is Barbara
Bush.
Barbara Bush, yeah. She was straight after Nancy Reagan. She would have scored you 50 points. Mamie...
I think it is Eisenhower.
It is Eisenhower, yeah. Mamie Eisenhower would have scored you 1 point. Now, these other 2 are pointless answers. Very well done if you got either of these. Florence... I mean, it's Florence Harding, married to Warren G. Harding. She went on to form Florence and the Machine. Same woman, absolutely. Same woman. What a career she had.
What a career, yeah.
And Helen, it's a 4-letter surname. He was the fattest ever American president.
Oh, yes, Taft.
Taft. There you go. Helen Taft.
Helen Taft.
There you go.
Thank you very much. We're at the end of our second round, which means we have to say goodbye to another pair. George and Anne, I'm sorry to say you are that pair. 177, I'm afraid, is your high score. We have to say goodbye. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for the delicious cake. Yeah, George and Anne, wonderful contestants. But for the remaining 2 pairs, it's now time for our head-to-head. Congratulations, Katie and Joe, Polly and Abby. You are now 1 step closer to the final and a chance to play for our jackpot, which currently stands at £2,000. There we are. Now you play as a pair. First pair to win 2 questions will be playing for that jackpot. Well, what about this?
It's been a fun show today, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Thank you to everybody. I'm looking forward to this head-to-head.
Yeah, I mean, hard to call it. I mean, second time you've been here, Polly and Abby. Very impressive. Katie and Joe, golden couple, first time on the show. Amazing, go straight through to the final on the first time on the show. It's happened.
I mean, yeah, like a load of times.
Yeah, but still amazing. Anyway, best of luck to both pairs. Let's play the head-to-head. Here is your first question, and it concerns cocktails. Richard.
We are going to show you 5 visual clues now to the names of cocktails that appear on the International Bartenders Association list of cocktails. What are these cocktails?
There's an International Bartenders Association.
Yeah.
What? Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now then, let's reveal our 5 cocktail visual clues. Here they come. We've got A, M. B, A. C, S. D, G. And E, Y, B. There we are. 5 visual clues to cocktails. Katie and Joe, you'll go first.
Okay. What do you think? Triplets there, or should we go for something? Do you know who B is?
No idea.
Right. We don't know A and B. We know the last 3. So we're going to go for E and say yellow bird.
Yellow bird for E, a yellow bird. Now then, Polly and Abby, do you fancy talking us through the rest of those cocktails?
We're assuming that D is grasshopper, C is obviously screwdriver. A and B,
We're not so sure
not so sure. So we'll go for D, grasshopper.
D, grasshopper. OK, so we have yellow bird and we have grasshopper. Katie and Joe have gone for yellow bird for E. Let's see how many of our 100 people got that. Yellow bird is right. 54. 54 for the yellow bird. Polly and Abby, meanwhile, have gone for grasshopper for D. Let's see how many of our 100 people said grasshopper. It's right. 73 for grasshopper. Well done, Katie and Joe. After one question, you're up 1-0.
Never had a grasshopper or a yellow bird, have
No,
you?
never even heard of them.
A grasshopper is creme de cacao, creme de menthe, and fresh cream. It's going at some, isn't it?
Yeah, I think of another name for that.
Yeah, quite. But let's deal with C first. It's the biggest scorer up there. Score screwdriver. It's just vodka and orange, isn't it, a screwdriver? 87 points for that. These other 2 are the best 2 answers. A
is a mimosa.
Mimosa is absolutely right. Which is essentially a Bucks Fizz, isn't it? Just champagne and orange juice and mimosa. I think 15 points for mimosa. And the best answer is B. Now, normally you'd have the word brandy in front of it.
Ah, Brandy Alexander.
Brandy Alexander is the answer. Yeah, that's Alexander Skarsgård. And that would have scored you 7 points. Well done if you said that.
Thank you very much indeed. OK, so here comes your second question. Now then, Polly and Abby, you have to win this one to stay in the game, so good luck. Our second question today is all about alternative titles of daily newspapers. Richard.
Yeah, we're going to show you 5 alternative definitions now for the titles of UK daily newspapers. What are these newspapers, please?
Thank you very much indeed. So let's reveal our 5 alternative definitions, and here they come. Daily blank, system for transmitting messages from a distance along a wire. The blank, male native of the country forming the northernmost part of Great Britain. Daily blank, thin plastic disc carrying recorded sound in grooves. The blank, person who protects or defends something. And daily blank, surface which reflects a clear image. I'll give you those again. Daily blank, system for transmitting messages from a distance along a wire. The blank, male native of the country forming the northernmost part of Great Britain. Daily blank, thin plastic disc carrying recorded sound in grooves. The blank, person who protects or defends something. And daily blank, surface which reflects a clear image. There we are. Polly and Abby will go first.
So we just know we've got to risk it for this one. And we have no idea if this is a newspaper, but we're going for the Scotsman.
OK, the Scotsman for the second one down. Katie and Joe, do you want to talk us through the rest of that board?
So the top one we think is the Daily Telegraph. Then we're probably looking at the Daily Record, the Guardian, and the Daily Mirror. I don't think any of those are going to beat the Scotsman if that's the one. So what do you think?
Go for the Daily Record.
Yeah, we'll go with the Daily Record, I think. Yeah.
OK, the Daily Record. So Katie and Joe. So we have the Scotsman and we have the Daily Record. Polly and Abby said the Scotsman. Let's see how many people said that. That's right. 42 for the Scotsman. Katie and Joe, meanwhile, have gone for the Daily Record. Let's see if that's right for the middle one. How many of our 100 people said it? It's right. There we are, 65. Well done, Polly and Abby. It's exactly what we required from you. You're back in the game. After 2 questions, it's 1-1.
Yeah, it's a very good risk to take. Well played. It's the best answer on the board, the Scotsman. 2 Scottish papers up there, the Scotsman and the Daily Record. The other 3 all scored more. It is the Daily Telegraph, which would have scored you 58 points. It is the Guardian, and that would have scored you 49. And it is the Mirror. And that's the biggest score of all, 80 points.
Thank you very much. OK, it all comes down to a third question. Whoever wins this one goes through to the final and plays for that jackpot. Best of luck to both pairs. Our third question today is all about upholstery fabrics. Richard.
Yep, we're going to show you the names now of 5 fabrics used to cover furniture, but we've missed out alternate letters. Can you fill in those gaps? Best of luck, both teams.
Thank you very much indeed. OK, let's reveal our 5 upholstery fabrics with holes in. CRUO, VLU, BOAE, CEIL, and CEON. I'll give you those again. CRUO, VLU, BOAE, CEIL, and CEON. There we are. Katie and Joe will go first.
Well, I think we only know one on the board, so we'll have to go for that one. So we'll go with the second one down and say velour.
Velour. OK, velour, say Katie and Joe. Now then, Polly and Abby, can you talk us through the rest of that board?
Not really. I think we know the first one. We're not really sure about the bottom 3. We think the first one is corduroy.
OK, so corduroy you're going for. We have velour and we have corduroy. Katie and Joe went for velour. Let's see if that's right for the second one down. How many people said velour? Velour is right. And that goes to 47. Polly and Abby, meanwhile, have gone for corduroy for the top one. Let's see if that's right. How many of our 100 people said it? Corduroy. It's right. Got to beat 47, which it does. Look at that. Down it goes. Oh, wow. Down to 14. Very well done indeed, Polly and Abby. After 3 questions, you're through to the final 2-1.
Yeah, surprisingly low score for corduroy.
Yeah.
Perhaps people don't think there's a U in the middle of it.
Ah, yes.
That may be what it was. How are you on these other 3?
Nearly. I think I've got 2 of them. The third one I'm just going to have a punt at.
The bottom one is the hardest, I think.
Brocade for the middle one?
Brocade is the middle one, yep. Brocade would have scored you 24, more than corduroy, you see.
Look at that. Extraordinary.
The next one?
Chenille.
Chenille is right as well. That would have scored 19, so again, more than corduroy.
I was going to have had to make one up for this, and it's not very good. I was going for cremon. I don't know, like cremona, but
It's creton.
Oh, right.
So you weren't far off.
OK.
Creton, and that would have scored you 5 points. Very well done if you said that.
Thank you very much indeed. OK, so the pair leaving us at the end of the head-to-head round, Katie and Joe, I'm afraid it's you. But there's great news coming on the back of that, which is you're back next time.
Yay.
And we'll look forward to that very much. But you played incredibly well today. Katie and Joe, well done. But for Polly and Abby, it's now time for our pointless final. Well, congratulations, Polly and Abby. You've seen off all the competition and you've won our coveted Pointless Trophy. You now have a chance to win our Pointless Jackpot. And at the end of today's show, the jackpot is standing at £2,000. There we are. Well, head-to-head last show, final this show. Amazing. What a great Pointless career that is. What do you want to see come up in this last round? What's going to help you take that cash home?
I'm hoping Formula 1, that sort of thing. I've been revising a little bit, so hoping it's quite a niche area that I've got within that I know, so hopefully that will come up. But Polly, sort of, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I don't know anything about Formula 1, but sort of Harry Potter, maybe. That's also quite niche. I don't know. I'm OK with some sort of sitcoms and films and stuff, but only some. It's very niche as well.
OK, well, best of luck. Niche is good. Niche is what the show rolls on. Let's hope there's something up here on the board that you're going to like today. You get to choose one of these 4. And we've got European battles, rugby union grand slams, Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, and men in films.
We haven't revised any of those.
Yeah, the top three I think are very much not us.
Polly
And the
did-
bottom one really also probably isn't. I'm better with female actors than male actors. So this is going well. The last one, yeah.
OK, you're going to go for men in films.
Yeah, there'll be some female answers here as well, I promise. We're looking for anyone, according to IMDb, who starred in the following films, please. So anyone credited with appearing in The Mystery Men from 1999, in Children of Men from 2006, or from No Country for Old Men in 2007. So any actor from one of those three movies, please.
Thank you very much indeed. Now, as always, you've got up to a minute to come up with 3 answers. All you need to win that jackpot is for just one of those answers to be pointless. You don't have to answer all 3, just focus on whichever ones you like the look of. Are you ready?
I guess.
OK.
Yeah.
OK, let's put 60 seconds up on the clock. There they are. Your time starts now.
OK, we just need to think of actors. Brad Pitt, like all actors,
Yeah.
anyone. So,
Someone like Johnny Depp, Brad Pitt, like you said.
I don't even know, like...
Somebody like... No,
I can't think of any men. They could be like children actors.
Yeah, like Thomas Brody Sangster.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah, we could do that. Who else is there?
Oh, what's that guy everyone loves?
We can think of girls too.
Oh, wait, they're allowed to be girls as well?
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh.
it's just cast. I was wrong.
Oh my god.
I have no idea. Julie
Oh, what about
Walters, any of those, like,
the really pretty one that
Keira Knightley?
no, dark Natalie Portman.
Oh, yeah.
She was a child actor as well.
Okay, let's do that.
Actress. Well.
I don't have
10
any
seconds
idea what
left.
any of these
So,
ones are. That many old actors would be like someone like Michael Gambon.
Yeah, just say any. Like,
OK, that is your time up. That was difficult for you. Not your chosen subject, but let's see what you're going to go with. What 3 answers can you give me?
Natalie Portman.
For which film?
Thomas.
Oh, do we have to know the film?
Name, well, yeah, just so I know which category to put them in.
Children of Men. Yeah.
Children of Men.
OK, so Natalie Portman for Children of Men.
And should we do Thomas for the same one? Because
Yeah,
I might
who's
have
that?
kids in it. Thomas Brody Sangster.
Thomas Brody Sangster, also for Children of Men.
Yeah.
And should we go Brad Pitt or Julie Walters or
Brad Pitt for
the first one?
Mystery Men.
And Brad Pitt for Mystery Men. OK, which of those 3 do you think is the best shot at a pointless answer?
I think
Natalie Portman.
Natalie Portman. OK, we'll put Natalie last. Least likely to be pointless?
Brad.
Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt. OK, Brad Pitt goes
It's
first.
going well.
We'll take our trophies.
OK, well, let's put those answers up on the board in that order then, and here they are. We have got Brad Pitt, Thomas Brody Sangster, and Natalie Portman. Well, very, very best of luck. It was a tough category for you, but you never know. Maybe one of these will land well for you, and maybe you'll win that money. 2,000 quid is on the table. What would you like to do with it if you were to win it? Polly?
I mean, so like what, £1,000 each is quite a lot because we're both students. So I probably would, because we get an elective in 5th year to go and study abroad for a while. So I might sort of save it for that. Also kind of want to go skydiving, so I might also like maybe shave a bit off the top for that bit.
OK, very good. Abby, how about you?
I'd also probably put a little chunk towards my elective. I'd also quite like to visit my brother in Japan, so that might sort of, you know, use
Very
some money
nice.
towards that. Yeah.
OK, well, best of luck. 3 answers, 3 shots at that jackpot. Your first answer was Brad Pitt. In this case, we were looking for any of the cast of Mystery Men. Let's find out if Brad Pitt is right, and if it's pointless, you will win £2,000. No, bad luck. I'm afraid Brad Pitt, an incorrect answer. Let's move on to your next answer, Thomas Brody Sangster. In this case, we're looking for the cast of Children of Men. Let's see if Thomas Brody Sangster is right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said it. Nope. I'm afraid another incorrect answer. Let's move on to your 3rd and final answer, Natalie Portman. Let's find out if Natalie Portman was in the cast of Children of Men. If she's pointless, £2,000 is yours. Natalie Portman. Well, bad luck. Well, listen, that's always impossible, but you gave it your best shot. I'm afraid you didn't manage to find that all-important pointless answer, so you don't win today's jackpot, but you'd get a pointless trophy each to take home. And you have played incredibly well across the show, so very well done, Polly and Abby.
Now, at home, if you've had a go at one of these 3 films, let's take a look at the pointless answers, shall we? See if you would have won the money. We will start with Mystery Men. Doug Jones, Janine Garofalo is a pointless answer there. Lena Olin, Ricky J. The big scorers there were Ben Stiller, Greg Kinnear, Hank Azaria, William H. Macy and Eddie Izzard. Those are the big scorers for Mystery Men. Now, Children of Men, some big names here. You could have had Chetel Ejiofor as a pointless answer. Well done if you said that. Ernesto Tomasini, Michelle Hussein plays a newsreader, unsurprisingly. The brilliant Peter Mullen, who's in Trainspotting and and all sorts of things. Peter Mullen, a pointless answer. The big scorers there, Clive Owen, Michael Caine, Julianne Moore. They were the big scorers. And finally, No Country for Old Men. It's a good film. Oh, it's really scary. Boots Sutherland is a pointless answer. Beth Grant, Garrett Dillahunt and Stephen Root. The big scorers there, Tommy Lee Jones, Josh Brolin, Javier Bardem and Woody Harrelson. Very well done if you got a pointless answer at home.
Thanks very much indeed, Richard. And thanks very much, Polly and Abby. I'm sorry you didn't get to win our jackpot today. That will therefore roll over onto the next show, when we will be playing for £3,000. Join us then, see if someone can win it. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye. Thank you very much indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong, and welcome to Pointless, the quiz that puts obscure knowledge to the test. Let's meet today's players. And couple number 1.
Hello, Alexander. I'm Matthew. This is my friend Lee, and we're from West Yorkshire.
Couple number 2.
Hello, I'm David. This is my wife, Natasha, and we're from Manchester.
Couple number 3.
Hello, I'm Philippa. This is my sister Janet. I live in Devizes in Wiltshire, and she lives in Swansea.
And finally, couple number 4.
Hey, I'm Joe. This is my wife, Katie, and we're from Stockton-on-Tees.
And these are today's contestants. Thank you very much. A very warm welcome to each and every one of you. Lovely to have you here. That just leaves one more person for me to introduce. In the 1640s, he'd have been burnt as a witch. So I hope that's a tiny crumb of comfort to you all. It's my pointless friend. It's Richard.
Hiya. Hey, everybody. Good afternoon. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
Isn't that funny that last show we were talking about towns that we haven't seen represented on Pointless before? We mentioned Devizes.
I know.
And suddenly, Philippa turns up. I really would have been burned as a witch, I think.
I think you might.
It's like I summoned you, Philippa.
Here I am.
Very weird, isn't it?
Yes.
2 returning pairs. Lee and Matthew got knocked out in the first round last time. I suspect we're going to see a bit more of Lee and Matthew. I think they were a little unlucky, but they joined the 200 club.
They did.
So it's still possibilities of joining the 400 club.
The second 100 was a tactical 100, though.
Yes,
so
it was.
That was so, yeah,
absolutely.
We approved
the one.
Yeah.
Katie and Joe got all the way through to the head-to-head last time. Now, round 1, I need to point out, my ego hasn't gone crazy. Someone else wrote round 1.
Must be about him. OK, we'll remember that. Now then, Polly and Abby went through to the final last time. They didn't win the jackpot. So we're going to add another £1,000 to that. So today's jackpot starts off at £3,000. There we are. Look at that. Amazing. Right, if everyone's ready, let's play Pointless. It will always be the pair with the highest score that gets eliminated at the end of every round. I just want you to know that. Always. That will never stop, that rule. Good luck to all 4 pairs. Our first category this afternoon is definitions. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, and the question concerns words made from Richard Osman. Words made from Richard Osman.
I didn't write it, I promise, yes. Essentially, I do another show called House of Games. I don't know if you've ever seen it. And on that, we make clues out of the contestants' names, and that's what we've done with my name here. So 7 clues on each board, and the answers will be somewhere in the letters of the name Richard Osman. We'll give you the first letter for each one as well. But what are the answers to these 7 clues? 14 in all to have a go at home. And I'm looking forward to seeing what's in my name.
What's in there?
Yeah.
Yeah. OK, well, let's reveal our first board of 7 clues. Here they come. A rower, especially as a member of a rowing team. O. Informal term for the way in which a person styles the top of their head. H. Grimly mocking or cynical. S. Small rectangular wind instrument, also called a mouth organ. H. Pasta in the shape of curved, narrow tubes, often cooked with cheese. M. Three-dimensional models depicting a scene against a background, sometimes in miniature form. D. And of a rich, deep red colour, almost purple. C. I'll read those all again. A rower, especially as a member of a rowing team. Informal term for the way in which a person styles the top of their head. Grimly mocking or cynical. Small rectangular wind instrument, also called a mouth organ. Pasta in the shape of curved, narrow tubes, often cooked with cheese. Three-dimensional models depicting a scene against a background, sometimes in miniature form, and of a rich, deep red colour, almost purple. Almost the colour of your... one of the many colours of your shirt, Matthew.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm so glad you didn't let us down on your reappearance on the show. Matthew, remind us all about yourself.
I'm a water leakage engineer from West Yorkshire, and in my free time I like to do a bit of travelling.
You know, you talked about someone bringing in some chutneys on the last show.
Yeah.
That was Matthew, I think.
It was Matthew.
It's not just water leakage.
No, it's not just...
Also,
no.
chutneys.
Fiji and
Chutneys.
water.
Do you make the chutneys?
It's my sister who makes it.
Amazing.
Yeah, all by hand.
I don't know how else you make a chutney. What's you going to use? Combine harvester?
Depends what volume you're making, I guess.
suppose so.
Yeah. Matthew.
Yes.
Can you find the answers to these clues from the words Richard Osman?
Well, grimly mocking or cynical about someone's shirts could be described maybe as sardonic.
Sardonic. Sardonic. Sardonic. Let's see how many of our 100 people said that. It is right, Matthew. And it's a brilliant answer. Look at that. Well done, Matthew. Off to a flying start. No more of this 200 Club nonsense from Podium 1, let me tell you. 2 for sardonic.
That's a very good answer on Podium 1. Well played. It comes from Sardinia. There was a plant in Sardinia which makes your face sort of look like it's convulsed in kind of laughter.
Is it very bitter? You go...
I think it must be. I think it must... Yes.
Yeah, I know that.
I think it must be.
How
Sardonic. It's a good thing to have in your name.
Yeah. And there's more.
Yeah,
There's
I
more.
see that.
Yeah.
I see that.
That's just the beginning.
How multi-purpose. I'm looking forward to when we do this round on your name.
Oh, yes.
Bet they'll be doing that.
I imagine so.
I'm going to come up with some words in your name.
I bet you are. Natasha.
Hi.
It's lovely to have you here. Tell us all about yourself, Natasha.
Yeah, so I'm from Manchester and I work as a specialist support worker for a local charity.
Excellent. And what do you like getting up to? What would be the most fun thing for you?
Oh, I love singing and dancing, but I'm part of a local community gospel choir.
How big is it?
It's probably 50 plus. Yeah, 50 plus. Yeah.
What an amazing sound that must be.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's, beautiful sound.
Wonderful. Natasha, we're going to turn to Richard Osman.
Hello, Richard.
What are you going to go for?
I think I'm going to go for the bottom one, crimson.
Crimson. OK, crimson, says Natasha. Let's see how many of our 100 people said crimson. Crimson is right. 2 is the only score we have so far. 49 is what you get for crimson.
Yeah, that's in there as well. It's good to know, isn't it?
It's nice. Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Philippa, you are welcome here
Thank
at
you very
Pointers.
much.
Here from Devices.
Indeed.
Tell us all about yourself, Philippa.
I'm a retired civil servant, but not a spy.
OK, good. Glad we cleared that up. Thank you. That's what a spy would say, of course. But, yeah.
In my spare time, I do lots of things in Devices. I'm on the Devices Arts Festival Committee.
Lovely.
I'm a member of the CUDS, which is the Clean Up Devices Squad.
Good.
So we litter pick.
Have you got those machines?
We got the machines, we litter pick, and we weed.
That's just lovely.
Hey, there we go.
Now then, Philippa, what would you like to go
I'd
for?
like to go to the one just up from the bottom, diorama.
Diorama, says Philippa. Let's see how many of our 100 people went for diorama. It's right. 49's our high score and you pass it. 18 for diorama. Very well done indeed.
Very well played. Yeah, model railways and miniature war games and stuff like that. They're also diorama.
Thank you very much, Richard. Joe, welcome back. Remind us all about yourself, Joe.
Yep, I'm from Stockton-on-Tees and I work for a family transport firm.
That's right, yeah. So will this one day be yours, Joe? Is that the idea?
For the
succession?
For the sake of everyone who works there, I hope not.
How long have you been there?
I've only been there about 6 years. I've mainly been, I use the word musician lightly, but I've played in bands since I was 14-year-old. So that's
what do you play?
Play the bass guitar.
When you first started at the haulage company, did everybody know that you were the son of a scion of the family?
The majority did, yeah.
You didn't assume an identity and
They all hated me, and pretty much
still do. Oh, Joe, that's not fair. I'm sure that's not true. I'm sure only some of them do. Joe, this board is all yours. Do you fancy talking us through it?
Well, the one I was hoping for was gone, which is diorama. I've drawn a blank on those top two. I really don't know. So I'll have to go with the small rectangular wind instrument as a harmonica.
Harmonica. Harmonica, says Joe. Let's see how many of our 100 people went for that. Harmonica. 63. 63 for harmonica. Not bad.
Invented by the same person who invented the accordion. Christian Buschmann, supposedly, anyway.
Interesting.
Shall we take a look at the rest of these?
Yes.
The rower?
Oarsman.
Richard
Oarsman.
Richard Oarsman. Would have scored you 53. The informal term there?
Hairdo.
Hairdo, yeah. Would have scored you 29. And the pasta?
Macaroni.
Yeah, I didn't know macaroni was in my name. How about that? 72 points for that. So sardonic is the best answer on the board. Very well played on podium 1.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Well, we're halfway through the round. Let's have a quick look at those scores. 2, Matthew, 2, I tell you. Best score of the past. Very well done indeed. Then we travel up to 18. Very well done, Philippa and Janet. Then up to 49, where we find Natasha and David. Then up to 63, where we find Joe and Katie. Katie, you know what we require of you. Let's find a nice low score on the next board. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? OK, we're going to put 7 more clues up on the board. All of these answers come from the words Richard and Osman. An arthropod such as a spider or scorpion. A. Compelling personal attractiveness or charm that can inspire devotion in others. C. A light railway vehicle manually propelled by cranks or levers. H. A unit of length equal to 1/1,000,000th of a metre. M. Former monetary unit of Greece replaced in 2002 by the euro. D. Loss of the sense of smell, either total or partial. A. And enclosed land used for planting and growing fruit trees. O. I'm going to read those again. An arthropod, such as a spider or scorpion. Compelling personal attractiveness or charm that can inspire devotion in others. A light railway vehicle manually propelled by cranks or levers. A unit of length equal to 1/1,000,000th of a metre. Former monetary unit of Greece replaced in 2002 by the euro. Loss of the sense of smell, either total or partial. And enclosed land used for planting and growing fruit trees. There we go. Katie, welcome back.
Thank you.
Remind us all about yourself, Katie.
I work part-time for a charity supporting survivors of sexual violence, and the other half of my time is spent looking after our son.
Your son, how old's your son?
He's 17 months nearly.
What's his name?
Heath.
Heath. Heath. Hi there, Heath. How are you doing? I can say this because by the time this goes out, he will be 7. Heath, all good? Yeah, well done, thank you. Now then, Katie, you are on 63.
I am.
You are the high scorers. We need a low score from you here.
OK. I'm going to have to go for the top one and say an arthropod such as a spider or a scorpion is an arachnid.
An arachnid, says Katie. No red line for you as you're currently the high scorers. But with an answer like that, that could all change. Let's see how many of our 100 people said arachnid. It's right. 57. 57 takes your total up to a lovely round 120.
Yeah, arachnids also include mites, ticks, and daddy longlegs.
Daddy longlegs, fair enough.
Yes,
mites
I suppose
and ticks,
so.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
Wow, interesting.
About that.
Thank you very much, Richard. Now then, Janet, welcome to Pointless.
Thank you.
Very good to have you here. Tell us all about yourself, Janet.
I'm from Swansea. I'm a retired teacher, a retired piano teacher, a retired organist, and life seemed absolutely pointless. So I thought, I'll apply for the show.
Yes.
I baked 2 cakes, and they're in the production office for you.
Oh, we'll never see them.
What cakes are they, just out of interest?
Mixed fruit with a hint of ginger.
Just a hint.
A soupçon.
Soupçon
de gingembre.
de gingembre.
Oh, that sounds delicious. Now then, Janet, what do you make of the board behind me? Have you got a good answer there?
The third one from the bottom, monetary unit of Greece, drachma.
Drachma. Drachma. Says that's such a good word, that drachma. Here is your red line. If you can get below this, you're into round 2. Sometimes it just doesn't appear. Just doesn't appear. Oh, no, I can see why. I see why. Listen, I've got great news for you, Janet. Doesn't matter what you score here. You're into the next round. I think I got away with that. Let's see how many of our 100 people said drachma. It's right. There we are, 53. Very well done. Taking your total up to 71.
Beautifully played, very well done. It's one of the first ever coins, the drachma, and it comes from, it had the monetary value of a handful of arrows, essentially, and its name comes from the Greek to grasp.
Yeah, thank you. Now, David, welcome.
Thank you.
Lovely to have you here, David. Tell us about yourself.
So I'm from Manchester. I work in product safety for a company that makes car cleaning products. And I like to play basketball and all sorts of sports.
Fantastic. Now, David, you are on 49. You have to score 70 or less.
Right.
What are you thinking of?
Ooh. I was going to go for a unit of length equal to 1/1,000,000th of a metre, and I think that's a micron.
A micron, says David. OK, here is your red line. Can you get below that with micron? Let's find out. It's right, and you're through. Very well done, David. Down to 12. Great score there, taking your total up to 61.
The diameter of a horsehair is about 100 microns.
That is thick.
It is, yeah.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Lee, welcome back. Welcome back. Before we go anywhere, I'm going to congratulate you on Matthew's brilliant low score.
Thank
you. are through, come what may.
He did as well.
Remind us all about yourself, Lee.
I own a company, an IT support company based in Biggleswade in Bedfordshire, and I'm also the chair of the local scout group.
As chair of the local scout group, are you obliged to wear shorts?
Not obliged, but I do.
That is going above and beyond,
Absolutely.
isn't it? That's it.
Absolutely.
Look at that. OK, now, Lee, this board is all yours, and because you're already through, have some fun.
Well, orchard at the bottom. I don't know what the loss of sense of smell is, and I'm not sure what the light railway vehicle is. Charisma. I'm going to go for the compelling personal attractiveness or charm that can inspire devotion in others, because I'm surrounded by it, so...
Charisma. OK, no red line for you, and thank you. Let's see how many of our 100 people said charisma. It's right. Down it goes to 40. Very well done. 42 is your total.
We knew we'd see more of Lee and Matthew on today's show, didn't we? I'm sort of glad that round is over. I felt strangely self-conscious the whole way through.
Did it feel like you were on the operating table?
A little bit.
We were all just fishing things out of
Yes, a little bit. I've been slightly elsewhere during the whole thing. Charisma is a nice place to end it, though, so thank you for that. Shall we take a look at the rest of these?
Yes.
Orchard is absolutely right. Would have scored you 69 points. You know that loss of a sense of smell?
No.
It's anosmia. Anosmia. Very well done if you said that at home. 10 points for that. And the light railway vehicle?
Just trying to say, it's got to be hand. Hand.
It's that one, yeah.
And car.
Car, yeah.
Hand car, yeah.
Is it?
Absolutely, hand car. It's the best answer on the board as well. 3 points for that. Well done if you said that.
Brilliant. Thank you very much indeed, Richard. We are at the end of our first round. We have to say goodbye to one of our pairs, Katie and Joe, our golden couple from the last show. I'm so sorry. But anyway, it's been lovely having you on both shows. Thank you so much for playing. Katie and Joe. Right, for the remaining 3 pairs, it's now time for round 2. Well, very well done, everybody. Great to have you with us for round 2. You'll notice one of our returning pairs has gone. The other returning pair have covered themselves in glory. Matthew, our lowest individual scorer. Matthew and Lee, our lowest combined scorers. So very well done on the near podium. But well done, all of you. Great to have you here for round 2. Our category is economic surveys. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, let's find out what the question is. Here it comes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many top 40 countries with the smallest gender gap in 2018. As they could. Fascinating.
Yeah, in 2018, the World Economic Forum released the Global Gender Gap Report, which are the 40 countries in the world that are most equal in terms of gender, and that's in terms of education, health, economics and political empowerment. The UK is in that top 40, as you would hope, but any of the other 39 countries that are in that top 40, please.
Very interesting. Nice socio-economic round for you there. OK, Lee, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking Finland.
Finland. A little bit of murmuring there. OK, Finland. Let's see if that's right. Sounds good to me. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Finland. It is right. Down it goes to 23. Well done.
Yeah, the fourth most equal society, Finland. I love the Finns. They're the first country to allow women to run for office in 1906.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Philippa, what are you thinking?
I'm going to go for the country where women first had the vote, on the basis that they might be quite equal. New Zealand.
New Zealand, says Philippa. Let's see how many of our 100 people said New Zealand. It's right. Well, 23 is our only score. And you passed that. 18. Very well done indeed, Philippa.
Yeah, they were seventh on the list. And in 2018, Jacinta Ardern, the leader of New Zealand, the first ever world leader to take maternity leave while in office.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Richard. Now, Natasha.
Hello. Not my strongest subject, but I'm just going to have a guess. Sweden.
Sweden,
yeah,
says Natasha. Sounds good to me. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Sweden. It's right. 23, the high score. 36 is where you end up with Sweden.
Sweden were third on the list, so we've had 3 top tenors already.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Well, we are halfway through the round. Let's have a quick look at those scores. 18, the best score of the past. Very well done, Philippa. Then up to 23, where we find Lee and Matthew. Then up to 36, where we find Natasha and David. David, you know precisely what we need from you. I hope you're busy running through that Rolodex in your mind and you've got a nice low score. Anyway, we're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? So, David, remember, we're looking for the name of any country that appeared in the top 40 of the Global Gender Gap Report.
OK, so it's a small country, so, and I'm going to say Luxembourg.
Luxembourg, says David. No red line for you. You're the high scorers. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Luxembourg. Ooh. There we go. Didn't make the cut. Scores you 100 points, takes your total up to 136.
Yeah, not in that top 40, I'm afraid. 61st. I don't know what they're up to in...
What are they doing?
Luxembourg. You think if you're a small country, you'd be able to sort yourself out a bit quicker.
Right, yeah. They're too busy running the radio station, I guess.
Maybe.
Thank you very much, Richard. Now then, Janet. Oh, by the way, I've got great news for you. Great news. You're already through to the head-to-head. I'm just going to mention that in passing.
I'm tossing up between 2, so I might play safe and say Norway.
Norway. No red line, you're already through. How many people said Norway? (31) takes your total up to 49.
Now, Norway were second on the list, so that's the highest up of any of the countries we've had so far. The UK, by the way, was 15th on the list, so could do better.
Could do better,
I would say.
Yeah.
We'll find out who number 1 is at the end of the round, by the way.
I can't wait. I can't wait. And I know Matthew can't either. Matthew, we are your answer away from finding out.
Right. It's a choice between going what I think is actually the least with the smallest gender gap or going for a punt to try and get a pointless answer.
You want the obscure. That's what you want. Yeah.
It may be a little bit odd. I'm going to chuck it out there. Iran. I know.
He's not... He's not stupid, Matthew.
I disguise it well.
There'll be a reason why you're saying that. We are going to find out. We may all be laughing on the other side of our faces shortly. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Iran. No red line, you're already through. No. No, you were right. Laugh it up. Laugh it up. That scores you 100 points, takes your total up to 123. What was it that led you to Iran?
I know a lot of people who have been there and have said that it's quite a liberal place in terms of
absolutely, yeah,
the workforce and everything.
Yeah, no, I was going to go along with that. Yeah.
142nd on the list though. Iran. But you're quite right though. Only in certain areas. It's an extraordinary country, but unfortunately, the gender equality gap not what it should be these days. Now, where do you think the most equal society is? And it's been the most equal 10 years in a row as well.
I'm thinking it's Northern Hemisphere.
Correct.
I'd be tempted to say Canada.
Is 16th.
Oh, wow.
Top of the list,
Iceland?
10 years in a row. Iceland.
Of course, Iceland, actually, yes. I've been there. Yeah.
There's some names you wouldn't expect on the list. I'll give you the one-pointers. Barbados, Argentina, Bolivia, Bulgaria, Cuba, Estonia, Latvia, Nicaragua, Serbia. Let's take a look at the pointless answers now. All of these would have added money to the jackpot. These are all in the top 40. Albania, Belarus, Costa Rica, Laos, Moldova, Namibia, Philippines, Rwanda, and the Bahamas. Those are the pointless answers. Let's take a look at the top three. Should mention as many of these countries as possible, shouldn't we? Sweden, 36, France, 41, and Germany, they're on 42.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. So at the end of our second round, we have to say goodbye to another pair. And David and Natasha, I'm afraid it's you on your high score of 136. We'll see you again next time. Yeah. We look forward to that very much. Thanks so much, though, David and Natasha, in the meanwhile. But for the remaining two pairs, it is now time for the head-to-head. Congratulations, Philippa, Janet, Lee and Matthew. You are now one step closer to the final and a chance to play for that jackpot, currently standing at £3,000. Well, it's that head-to-head, which means you can now play as a pair, chat before you give your answers. First pair to win 2 questions will be playing for that jackpot. What about this?
It's a good match-up, isn't it? I tell you what, you can tell Janet was a teacher, can't you?
Absolutely.
I bet you brooked no nonsense.
I didn't.
Yeah.
Even that little pause before I did. If you taught me piano, I would be able to play my B-flat minor scales right away at the drop of a hat.
It's the only way to be, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's like my mum, who's the loveliest person you'd ever meet, but the second she got into a classroom, no mucking about.
Was that her going into the classroom?
Yeah. Yeah, she'd always go in on a skateboard.
Yeah.
That's why the kids loved her.
That's why they did. This is going to be very hard fought, I can tell. If this doesn't go down to the wire, I'm a Dutchman.
Really?
Yeah.
So if it's 2-0...
Yeah, I then become Dutch.
I mean, it's almost worth doing that, isn't it, just to see it happen? But listen.
OK. Bit scared now about the Dutch thing. Let's play the head-to-head. Here is your first question, and it concerns people outside 10 Downing Street. Richard.
Yeah, we're going to show you 5 pictures now of people outside 10 Downing Street, but who are they, please?
Thank you very much indeed. Let's reveal our 5 people outside 10 Downing Street, and here they come. We have got A... B... C... D... and E. There we are, 5 people outside 10 Downing Street. Philippa and Janet, you're our low scorers, so you get to go first. Feel free to confer.
Well, there's only 2 I know. You don't know the others, I do. Go for Gandhi then.
Yeah, we only know 2, so we're going to go for E, Mahatma Gandhi.
E, Mahatma Gandhi, say Philippa and Janet. Now then, Lee and Matthew, do you want to talk us through the rest of that board?
A, I think, is Bobby Charlton. Don't think it's Jackie. B is Joanna Lumley. You know who C is.
That's Tim Peake, the astronaut.
Tim Peake.
Oh, yeah.
And I saw a picture of D this morning, and I can't remember her name. which is really frustrating. Since we don't know which Charlton...
No, I'm sure of the Charlton, but I think
Are you sure
C.
it's a Charlton?
Yeah.
You want to go C?
C, yeah.
Sure, because lots of people might know. All right, we'll go
OK,
Tim Peake.
which is going to be?
C.
C, Tim Peake.
C, Tim Peake. OK, so we've got Mahatma Gandhi, we've got Tim Peake. Philippa and Janet have gone for Mahatma Gandhi for E. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Gandhi. Ooh, very recognisable face. 83 for Gandhi. Lee and Matthew, meanwhile, have gone for Tim Peake for C. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Tim Peake. It's right, wins you the point. Look at that. Down it goes. Tim Peake. 8 for Tim Peake. Very well done indeed. Lee and Matthew, after one question, you're up 1-0.
That's very nicely played. Straight after he came down from the International Space Station. So literally just been up in space. It's quite cool, isn't it?
It is quite cool. Do you know that behind Mahatma Gandhi, it looks a bit like they were stripping the door that day. That's,
it does a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, don't know what's going on there.
He was visiting Ramsay MacDonald there in 1931, Mahatma Gandhi. Well done for Bobby Charlton. I didn't recognise him at all. It is Bobby Charlton. Would have scored you 10 points. B is Joanna Lumley. Actually would have been a better scorer than Mahatma Gandhi, 79 points. And D is Katie Piper. But she would have scored 31 points, so Tim Peake, much better answer.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. OK, here comes your second question. Now then, Philippa and Janet, you have to win this one to stay in the game. But Lee and Matthew get to answer it first. So, yes, good luck here. Our second question is all about the number 60.
Yeah, from number 10 to number 60. 5 clues now to facts about the number 60 or that involve the number 60. Can you give us the most obscure answer?
Thank you very much indeed. Let's reveal our 5 clues. Here they come. Precious stone, commonly associated with a 60th wedding anniversary. US winner of the men's 60-metre sprint at the 2018 IAAF World Indoor Championships in Birmingham. 1 degree of latitude or longitude is subdivided into 60 of these units. The actor who plays the car thief Memphis Reigns in the 2000 film Gone in 60 Seconds. And the country with the international dialing code +60, whose capital is Kuala Lumpur. I'll read those all again. Precious stone, commonly associated with a 60th wedding anniversary. US winner of the men's 60-metre sprint at the 2018 IAAF World Indoor Championships in Birmingham. 1 degree of latitude or longitude is subdivided into 60 of these units. The actor who plays the car thief Memphis Reigns in the 2000 film Gone in 60 Seconds. And the country with the international dialing code +60, whose capital is Kuala Lumpur. There we are. Lee and Matthew, you will go first. Feel free to confer.
Precious Diamond on Memphis Reigns, Nicolas Cage. Sure. Yeah. OK, we're going to go for the actor who plays the car thief Memphis Reigns in the 2000 film Gone in 60 Seconds, Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage. Say Lee and Matthew. Now then, Philippa and Janet, over to you. Can you talk us through that board?
We think the stone is diamond.
Diamond.
We don't know the other two.
The last one is Malaysia.
Malaysia, so we're going to go for Malaysia.
OK, so we have Nicolas Cage and we have Malaysia. Lee and Matthew went for Nicolas Cage. Let's see if that's right for the Gone in 60 Seconds actor, Nicolas Cage. It is Nicolas Cage. Very well done. And that...
Keep going.
...is a good answer. Down to 20. Meanwhile, Philippa and Janet have gone for Malaysia for the country with the international dialing code +60. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Malaysia. It's right. 20 is what it's got to beat. 38 for Malaysia. Very well done indeed, Lee and Matthew. That means after only 2 questions, you are straight through to the final 2-0.
So, you're heading back to Rotterdam after the show?
Yes. Yeah, we have crazy beer together.
Oh,
yeah, sure.
It's going to be great fun.
It's going to be great. Crazy times. OK. Yes, for the rest of the show, and in fact, the rest of the series, I'm going to be presenting like this. Yeah.
I think legally you should have to.
It'll only wear a bit thin.
Not to me. Ah, dear. Apologies to our Dutch viewers.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Our poor Dutch
They'll
viewers.
love it.
Yeah,
They'd love it. They'd love it if you were Dutch. Let's fill the rest of these in. You're quite right. It was a diamond anniversary. Wouldn't have got you the point, though, because it scored 53. The 1 degree of latitude, that would have seen you through, actually, because it's only 15 points. Do you know that one?
They're minutes.
They are minutes, yeah.
Things divided into
minutes.
60 usually are.
And you can then split it further into seconds as well, if you want to be much more precise. So 15 points for minutes. And the US sprinter, he'd previously broken the 60 metres world record as well. You'll hear a lot more about him. It's called Christian Coleman, and he would have scored you 2 points.
Thank you very much indeed. So we find ourselves at the end of the head-to-head round. Philippa and Janet, I hate sending you away, but I do it in the certain knowledge that you'll be back next show, and we'll look forward to that very much indeed. And I have no doubt you'll do just as well. If they don't make it through to the final next time, I am a Malaysian. Anyway, thank you so much, Philip and Janet. But for me and Matthew, it is now time for our Pointless Final. Congratulations, Lee and Matthew. You have seen off all the competition and you have won our coveted Pointless Trophy. Now, though, you get a chance to win our Pointless Jackpot. And at the end of today's show, the jackpot is standing at £3,000. There it is. Very well done indeed. Well, last time, it was a round one exit. Very early departure. Oh, we hadn't got the measure of you at all. Actually, no, do you know we had, actually, because your second 100 was a clever one. Not that clever, otherwise it would have been 100, but you know what I'm saying. We could see your tactics at work there. But no, you've played phenomenally well. 2-0 in the head-to-head. And against such opponents, my goodness.
We turned you into a Dutchman.
Yeah, I know. I seem to have reverted, but there we are. What do you want to see come up in this last round?
Queen. Queen. Both big fans of Queen.
Yeah. Technology.
Technology. He can do sci-fi.
Apparently.
Yeah. Movies.
Travel for him.
Oscars, maybe.
Yeah. OK.
Yeah.
OK, good. Well, let's see. Today's selection of 4, let's see what we've got. The Beatles on film, Mars, Postman, Grand National Horse Races in the UK and Ireland.
Okay.
What are you thinking?
I know nothing about Grand National, really, apart from I always lose. And my mum always wins.
Mars?
Mars. I mean, I like a bit of
Mars.
space.
I know a few actors who were in The Martian.
Yeah. What do you want? What do we go? I'm tempted Beatles and film, because they could be actors and things like that. You've been doing a lot of films.
Not those actors.
All right.
I think
that's useful.
I think I'm liking.
It's going to need a decision.
I'm liking Mars more than anything.
Are you? Oh, we'll go Mars.
Mars, please.
Just so we know, you're hoping that there'll be the cast of The Martian.
I'm just guessing.
Yeah. I like the way you're thinking. That's sometimes the way it works. You're going to go for Mars. Mars, Rich.
OK, listen, very best of luck. Let's hope The Martian is up there. Shall we take a little look? We are looking for cast of the 2015 film The Martian, according to IMDb. We are looking for any word of 5 letters or more in David Bowie's Life on Mars, or we're looking for any astronomer or planetary scientist who have a crater on Mars named after them, according to the International Astronomical Union. So the cast of The Martian, according to IMDb, 5 letters or more in Life on Mars by Bowie, or those astronomers and planetary scientists. Very best of luck.
Thank you. Now, as always, you've got up to a minute to come up with 3 answers. All you need to win that jackpot is for just one of your answers to be pointless. You don't have to answer all 3 categories. Just focus on whichever ones you like the look of. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Let's put 60 seconds up on the clock. There they are. Your time starts now.
Chiwetel Ejiofor.
OK.
Donald Glover.
OK.
And Jeff, who was in Dumb and Dumber.
OK.
What's Jeff's last name?
I don't know, but it's a girl with the mousy hair.
Jeff.
From Life on Mars. Jeff Bridges?
Girl with the mountain.
Oh, I tell you who was in it. Lord of the Rings, and he was in Game of Thrones. Sean Bean, he's in The Martian.
Sean
Bean.
Bean.
Yeah.
And he doesn't die.
And he doesn't die,
Yeah.
no.
I reckon Sean Bean's a good one.
Yeah, and also one of the ladies that's in Ghostbusters, the remake, short hair.
Oh, Kirsten Wiig? Is it Kirsten or Kristen Wiig?
Not sure.
Right.
What we're going for?
I reckon Chiwetel Ejiofor.
Yeah, sounds like a good one.
Donald Glover, maybe? And I think
Sean Bean?
Sean Bean.
You don't want to go for something like Anything from Life of Miles or anything like that? Mousy Hand. I think go with the actors and
Fools.
Fools.
OK, that is your time up. Let's have your 3 answers now. What are you going to give me?
Chiwetel.
Yeah.
Chiwetel Ejiofor.
Chiwetel Ejiofor.
Donald Glover or Sean Bean?
Let's go Sean Bean.
Sean Bean.
Sean Bean.
Yorkshire.
Yeah.
And Fools for Life on Mars.
Fools for Life on Mars. Of those 3, which is your best shot?
Chiwetel Ejiofor, because I don't think people will be able to spell
Ejiofor
it.
will put last. Least likely to be pointless?
Fools.
Fools.
Fools, and then we put...
Sean Bean sandwich.
Sean Bean in the middle. OK, Sean Bean sandwich. Good. OK, well, let's put those answers up on the board in that order then, and here they are. We have got Fools, Sean Bean and Chiwetel Ejiofor. Very, very best of luck. 3 good answers on the board. One of those could be pointless and might win you 3,000 quid. What would you like to do with it if you were to win it? Lee?
Just like to get a big Lego Millennium Falcon and build that. That's what I'd like to do with the money. And then I'll take the kids away somewhere if there's any money left over.
If they're still around. Matthew?
I said that I'd try and spend it on something appropriate to what the final round was to kind of get a better memory, but you can't fly to Mars yet.
OK.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. Best of luck. Wouldn't it be lovely if one of these answers won you that jackpot? Your first answer was Fools. We were looking for words of 5 letters or more from the song Life on Mars. Let's see, for £3,000, is it a pointless answer? How many of our 100 people said it? Fools. It's right. Down it goes. Fools take us down through the 20s. We're into the teens. We're into single figures. We're still going down. We're still going down with Fools. Fantastic. Oh, very well done indeed. That's brilliant. Oh, congratulations. It came in, I suspect, as a slightly last-minute back-of-the-head answer there, because you were going to go with, I can't remember what you were going to go with, mousy hair or something you kept saying, but you went with Fools, and thank goodness you did. That's a brilliant answer. It's won you £3,000. Very well done. Lee and Matthew.
Well played, gents. 200 Club on the last show, and look at you now. Yeah, it was literally, I think, the last second you said Fools. If you'd relied on your other answers, Sean Bean would have scored you 6. Chiwetel Ejiofor would have scored you 2. The other things you were thinking of saying, Donald Glover would have scored you 1. You were thinking of saying Mousy, that would have scored you 9. You said a lot of answers in your 60 seconds, and the only one that would have won you the money you said in the 60th second, which was Fools. So very, very well done. Kristen Wiig would have scored you 3. Jeff Daniels, you were thinking of as well, would have scored you 6. So very, very well done. There's lots of good pointless answers on that Bowie one, actually. We'll start with the cast of The Martian, shall we? These are all pointless answers. Benedict Wong, Jonathan Aris, Mackenzie Davis is a pointless answer. The brilliant UK comic Nick Mohammed, also a pointless answer. Matt Damon was the highest scorer there. Jessica Chastain as well. And I think you gave us pretty much every single other answer that scored any points. Bowie now, lots of pointless answers here. If you know this song, you definitely would have won the money. Clowns, Mickey, as in Mickey Mouse, Norfolk Broads, Wonder. You could have had About, Bounds, Broads, Could, Focus, Fools, of course, Grown, Ibiza, Mother, Struck Those Through, Tortured Workers, Wrote and Yelling. All of those would have won you the money. Well done if you said any of those at home. And the Astronomers and Planetary Scientists. Some people would have had a go at this at home, weren't they? Carl Sagan, Clyde Tombaugh, Gerard Peter Kuiper, Johannes Kepler as well. Those are pointless answers. The biggest scorers there are Galileo, Huygens and Edmund Halley. Very well done if you got a pointless answer on that round. And what a terrific performance from start to finish on this show.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. And thank you so much, Lee and Matthew. Very well done. Our winning players who take away today's jackpot of £3,000. Brilliant. Join us next time when we'll be putting more obscure knowledge to the test on Pointless. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.